Hollywood legends gathered Saturday night to celebrate Nicole Kidman. She received the prestigious AFI Life Achievement Awards, which is the highest honor bestowed by the American Film Institute. The annual tribute was held at Los Angeles' Dolby Theater, where some of Kidman's closest friends and colleagues, including Meryl Streep, Morgan Freeman, Reese Witherspoon, and Naomi Watts, all paid tribute to her career.
I really like her. And Preston, they showed a picture of her on the red carpet with her two daughters, 13 and 15. I thought they were like
adults.
Oh, my God.
No kidding.
Oh, my God.
I haven't seen that. I saw the picture of her. She was wearing like a gold sequin gown, and she entered the theater Saturday night to a standing ovation and a recording of Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend played overhead. And the program began with a video featuring Morgan Freeman in a spoof of Kidman's ad campaign for AMC theaters, which was to promote the return to moviegoing in the wake of the pandemic. And he said, somehow she makes heartbreak feel good in a place like this. He then came out on stage at the Dolby to extend his congratulations to Kidman as a fellow AFI Life Achievement recipient. He was honored in 2011. He noted Kidman's 2001 musical Moulin Rouge is one of his favorite movies. And he closed by singing a line from Elton John's ballad, Your Song, how wonderful life is when you're in the world. So Kidman's remarkable range of performances was highlighted during the event, showcasing roles from the Spirited Showgirl in Baz Luhrmann's Moulin Rouge to her transformative portrayal of author Virginia Woolf in Stephen Daldry's The Hours. So,
I like her.
Yeah,
I like her a
she's
lot.
cool. Yeah. All right, so season 50 of Survivor. Maybe 4 seasons away, but the planning is officially underway. During a Survivor FYC event on Saturday night, Jeff Probst announced that the landmark season will feature all returning players. Survivor's 50, he said, is coming down the corner. The truth is we really do focus on 47 and 48. That's where we're headed out to shoot next, and then we have to shoot 49, but we know 50 is coming, so I'm curious, is there a feeling? Should 50 be another season with new players and don't make it a big deal? After most of the audience members yelled out no, he asked, or should it be returning players, and the crowd then applauded.
Think about that gig. Think about that gig that he has.
It's awesome.
I mean, why would you... he's going to run it into the grave, and why would you do anything but? He's got this ongoing tropical vacation. Yep. Case, they're pretty much on the same location now all the time, right?
That's I've heard that on this show. I don't know.
Right.
My buddy Steve, actually, this is appointment television for him and his family.
Right.
But yeah.
Still. Oh, yeah, my buddy Will, it's
cool.
the one show that they have stuck with without question.
Yeah.
They still watch it. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. And apparently it's not quite the same as it used to be.
Okay.
It's a little more tolerable than it got kind of away from things for a while.
That first season, we just were totally wrapped up and loved it.
Yeah. I would love to be on the show.
Yeah.
I just don't want to put together audition tape.
Yeah. So in the announcement, he said, in the spirit of sometimes letting the game be in the hands of the fans, I feel like, and there are a couple of people from CBS right now going, oh my God, what is happening? I feel like we should just commit and make this the moment where we decide that Survivor 50 will be returning players. And he also paused to ask executive producer Matt Van Wagenen, is this okay? To which he has been a producer for the show since 14 seasons. He nodded in approval. He said, I don't know what is going to happen after this, but I'm pretty sure we're committed. Now, I have a follow-up to that story. Well, by the way, they did bring back players in Season 8 in Survivor's All-Star. Season 40 was the first time the show consisted of all former winners, so they're going to try and catch that magic again.
Right.
Speaking of the first season, an important figure in the history of reality television, Sonia Christopher, passed away. She was, and I didn't remember this woman, I had to go look her up. She was the very first person ever voted off Survivor.
On the game,
On the game.
Yeah.
So she was probably only in a couple of episodes, and that was it.
I had to do the same person. Once I saw the picture of her, I remembered her, but it didn't ring a bell.
It was back in 2000. Additionally, she was also the first lesbian contestant on the show. Despite becoming well-liked among her tribe members, she stumbled several times during the first immunity challenge and her fellow castaways opted to vote her out. She was 87 years old when she passed, yeah.
The original contest, the way the original rules of the first season of Survivor were laid out, the first person to be voted off could have been, the way they were supposed to do it, consumed by the other participants. Yeah. Eaten.
Cooked and eaten, by the way.
So to your earlier question, Steve, they filmed in Fiji every season since 2016.
Okay.
So that's where it's been. That's where they shoot it.
And that's where his hotel is or resort, wherever he's staying.
Yeah. His own island.
Yeah, he's not in a tent.
Britney Spears has reached a settlement with her father, Jamie Spears, regarding the payment of his legal fees, according to court documents. The settlement was filed in L.A. Superior Court, but did not disclose any of the terms. Though the court terminated her 13-year conservatorship in 2021, ending her father's control over all of her personal and financial dealings, the two have been engaged in a legal dispute over Jamie Spears' demands that his daughter cover about $2 million worth of his legal fees. And in a statement, both parties' lawyers spoke positively of the statement's outcome. And then I saw something from Britney today was saying essentially that her family issues are never going to be
resolved.
Never going to be resolved.
You know what she needs? She needs a good knife dance.
Well, she put one out last week. And
did she?
Not a knife dance, but I forwarded it to, friends who, when we discussed Britney. I mean, it was bad. It's bad. It's sad. It is
bad
really,
and sad.
It really is. Like, I just look at her, I'm like, God, what happened or what is happening?
Kathy, it looks like she deleted her account again.
Wow.
She does that often.
Maybe
It'll go away.
Maybe she
and
found
then
out you guys
come
were talking about her, Kathy.
No, just looking her up right now, there's no... unless I'm missing it.
What's the knife dance thing?
She
I don't
takes
know.
knives and so right here's the
Preston, she posts these bizarre dance videos.
I know that.
And so one video, she was holding two butcher knives.
Oh, it was in one video. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if she did this regularly.
I think she's
There's
done
a
a
couple.
couple now.
There's a couple, yeah.
Because everybody went crazy over it, and so then she made another one and was like, "Hey, I'm fine. I can dance with knives."
Yeah. And her account is not, the page is currently unavailable for Britney Spears on Instagram.
Okay.
She's become Harley Quinn.
Yeah, she looks like it. Dan Rather returned to CBS for an interview on CBS Sunday morning, his first appearance coming days before the debut of a Netflix documentary on his life.
And you guys watch it?
No.
I watched it yesterday. It's really well done. And he's 90. He looks great for 90.
I enjoy his series, The Big Interview.
Yeah.
I haven't watched all of them, but I've watched a handful of them.
A lot of musicians.
And they're great. He's just super prepared and legitimately interested, and it's really good conversation.
When you started Two Life Crew.
Face down, ass up?
So...
What? Is that literal face down, ass up?
Is that the way you like to?
Is there any point at which the ass and face can be on a level plane?
You know, these are hard-hitting questions that people are
sure.
afraid to ask. And Dan, he's such a veteran. He knows
what to ask.
He doesn't shy away. Rather spent 44 years at the network, 24 as anchor of the CBS Evening News. He departed under a cloud after an investigation into then President George W. Bush's military record raised questions about journalistic methodology. Rather exited as anchor for the last time on March 9th, 2005, and left CBS 15 months later when his contract expired. He had said to correspondent Lee Cowan over the weekend, without apology or explanation, I miss CBS. He said, I've missed it since the day I left. Asked what made him want to become a reporter in the first place, Rather said, I've never quite known the answer to that question. All I know is it's the only thing I ever wanted to be was a reporter. I get up every morning, and as soon as my feet hit the ground, I say, where's the story? After CBS, he did investigative journalism and major interviews for HDNet. He said that he adapted to changing venues and methods because of his desire to report. He said, you either get engaged, and you get engaged in the new terms, or you get out of the game, and I wanted to stay in the game.
I always thought the CBS eye looked more like a butthole. He's getting candid.
He summed up his legacy without focusing on his career and said, in the end, whatever remains of one's life, family, friends, those are going to be the things for which you're remembered, he said. So back, and there's a documentary coming out about him, so I will definitely watch that. Jamie Lynn Sigler, who played Meadow on The Sopranos, was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis at the age of 20 in 2001, and midway through her stint on the legendary series. Shortly after being told that she had MS, she had her cast physical and told the physician about her latest health update, and he said, yeah, I don't think you should tell anybody about that, and I'm not going to put this down on your medical records.
Sure would be a shame if the wrong people would find out about that.
Yeah, she recalled this on Sophia Bush's podcast. The series ran from 99 to 2007, so Sigler kept it quiet for several seasons on the show.
You know, it's interesting you mentioned that, though. It would stand to reason that they would require checkups on a show where they're investing a lot of money in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Eventually, she went public with her diagnosis in 2016. Eventually, James Gandolfini had sensed something was wrong and asked her about it. She said, I remember him putting his big paw on my shoulder, and he's like, whatever you need, I'm not going to tell anyone, but whatever you need, you let me know. So,
are you in the rag?
She had kept it, under wraps for a little while, which is totally understandable.
Yeah.
I'm constantly blown away by the fact that her father-in-law is Lenny Dykstra.
Yeah, I know.
She married one of Lenny's kids, and I just
those Thanksgivings must be one.
Yeah, Lenny is something else.
Special.
It's special. That's a nice way to put it, Kat.
All right, two more quick things. The 2024 Tony Awards nominees will be announced tomorrow, and Jesse Tyler Ferguson and Renee Elise Goldsberry have been tapped to do the announcing. The nominees will be revealed on CBS and the official Tony Awards YouTube channel at 9 a.m. Winners will be announced at a ceremony June 16th at the Lincoln Center. Casey, your daughter is way into musicals and stuff. Does she keep an eye on the Tonys at all? She knows what's going on?
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah. And she'll, like, we were driving in the car last week. She's like, oh, here's a new one. It's from like a new show that I was unaware of. Yeah. And I'm like, she's totally.
She buys the soundtrack or the cast albums.
Well, we have Apple Music, so she just doesn't buy anything.
Right,
but I buy it.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Yeah.
Happens.
All right, and then one last story, Steve. I got a Hallmark story for you.
Yeah!
Hallmark has revealed that the most watched original TV film of 2022, Three Wise Men and a Baby, is getting a sequel.
Yes, I heard about this.
Paul Campbell, Tyler Hines, and Andrew Walker are all returning for the sequel. Three Wiser Men and a Boy.
To tell you the truth, it was pretty good. I didn't go crazy for it. Did get good numbers.
Yeah.
I need some Lacey Chabert.
Apparently it was the most watched original TV film of 2022.
What?
Yeah.
Currently in production, the movie will be part of the 15th annual Countdown to Christmas event later this year. By the way, do they currently, they still have Christmas stuff on now?
Occasionally you'll see stuff pop up way out of season. In fact, during the summer, I think they actually have a couple of weeks where they run the Christmas movies.
Yeah, I could see them doing that.
Yeah.
Christmas in July.
Yeah.
Kind of playing off of that theme. But I mean, in
you'll
April,
pop up.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's their bread and butter.
Okay.
Though they are branching out with like the murder mysteries and all that stuff.
Yes, they do have that whole other thing going on. Mystery clips, or did it? Wait, no, I was handed the clips. You're right. I just.
You're just a man.
I misplaced them. Hang on a second here. Y'all got to give me a second here. I got stacks of stories, and God damn it. Hang on a second. No, I don't think I threw it away.
Throw it away.
Well, we can play, right? Or can we not play?
Look at that!
I don't want.
When the work was done and handed in time, we got to do it.
I don't have it.
I'm doing tribal chants for you.
Hang on.
Got another one for you, bro.
I got it. Thank you.
All right,
here we go. Sorry about that.
The chants were helpful.
I tried to help. And I actually used it was a Samoan finding chant.
I did like that. One more time, please, if you. All right, a whole new generation of kids are exploring fantastical rainforest with Dora and Boots. And here, Diana Zermeño, the voice of everyone's favorite explorer, talks about which adventure she would like to do in real life. Here we go.
I would love to go to the Tricky Trappy Forest. There's a bunch of challenges you have to overcome to get there. And, most of it is teamwork. I mean, you have to figure out a way to get around some of the tricks and traps. And I feel like that would be really fun.
Shut the up.
You know what she mentions the forest. I remember one time, I think we played it on the air. There was like the gooey geyser.
The gooey geyser.
You guys remember that?
Oh, yeah.
I loved Dora, but Jason never got into it. So,
Really?
Yeah.
I loved it.
I loved her.
I loved all the songs, on the map and backpack. And
Parents could enjoy it?
Man. All that
Yeah,
stuff.
swipe or no swiping.
Yeah.
Not in the same way that parents enjoyed, let's say, Bluey or SpongeBob or anything like that, but very, very repetitive stuff.
Yes. It didn't throw you, adult humor bones like I'm sure Bluey does. So
Hey, what's a dick fur?
A dick fur is to pee with.
Could you imagine?
A dick fur. And then they just do it. Is to pee with. And then say it with me, kids. A dick fur is to pee with.
Casey, you could have your own show.
you could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have.
Dora is streaming now on Paramount. He's definitely dressed like a kids show character this morning. Casey is playing a golf outing later today. You're playing
And the Drive for Autism.
The Drive for Autism.
Delaware, yeah.
and Casey's wearing a rainbow shirt with green pantaloons, or I guess those would be called
Clown pants?
Knickers.
knickers. Thank you, and purple and red socks and a blue hat. And you are definitely a kid show host.
A dick fur is to pee with.
Dora is streaming now on Paramount Plus. Let's get the next clip. On Master Chef Junior, 5 young chefs are vying for a spot in the semifinals. In this clip, Judge Chef Aaron Sanchez talks about what sets this I think it's supposed to be the young chefs apart. Here we go.
They're very careful. The adults always cut themselves and burn themselves, and children are like, no, that's hot. I'm not touching that. Oh, that's sharp. I'm not touching that.
Shut up, dummy.
Master Chef Junior airs tonight. That's on Fox, and that's the last story we have for you in the Entertainment Report this morning.
Fox might as well just be called the Gordon Ramsay Network.
Totally.
Yeah,
he's all over it. All right, so we got stuff out of the way there, and we have a bunch going on. We got money to give away. We're less than an hour away from your first shot at winning with Good Money It, so make sure that you stay close to your radio. We don't want you to miss out on that special keyword, and this is the first of 5 times that you get today. We'll take a break, come back in a second. Stay with us on this sunny, beautiful, warm Monday morning.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Traffic on 93.3 WMMR.
All right, thank you very much, Kath. So I've got my finger on the pulse. It's time. We haven't done this in a little while. It's time to head to the city beat, folks.
Yo, gather round and let me spin you a tale about a man named Preston, no ordinary man. He roams through the streets with a mic in his hand, hunting stories to share across the land. Hey, I wrote that. That's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad at all. Thank you, city beat guy.
No problem.
All right, so Jamie Apodi has been missing from Action News for a while, since October, and on Friday, 6ABC announced officially she was leaving the news station.
Yeah, I hadn't seen her in a while.
And she said in a statement, I am thankful to so many sports fans in the Delaware and Lehigh Valleys who have welcomed me into their homes every evening for the past 18 years. I'm so grateful for the tremendous outpouring of love, support, and concern shown to me over these past 5 months while I made the decision about my future. Her absence sparked all kinds of speculation and even a Change.org petition asking that the station reinstate her. The decision to leave apparently was her choice, according to a statement from Tom Davis, vice president of news at 6ABC, who described her as an inspiration to so many throughout the Delaware Valley. I had read she had a very, very lengthy Facebook post about this, and a lot of it seemed to focus on the fact that she missed out on a bunch of family events and stuff with her kids.
Yeah,
because
I can see that.
If you're a sports reporter,
I missed all of her family events.
If you're a sports reporter, you've got to live a very busy life of going to and covering events, and also spending a lot of time, obviously, watching sports.
Well, in recent years, too, they shifted her schedule, so she was working weekends.
Yeah. Yeah, so
when you started out in sports, when you were Scoop Elliott, it was demanding, right?
Very demanding.
Yeah.
I actually, when I was in broadcasting school, I went to. They would have special speakers come in and talk to you about getting into the business, and I went to every single one of them. I didn't care who they were. I just wanted to find out as much about broadcasting and the business and what was it. And there was a guy who was a local sports reporter, and he came in and spoke to us, and he said, yeah, it kind of eats up all of your life.
Yeah.
It's you have to know at least have a pretty good idea of what's happening in every single event that is going on.
Never thought I would say this in public, but it's made me rely on escorts a lot.
Oh, wow.
Because I don't have the time to date. It's probably the wrong crowd to tell this to.
They're always available.
That makes sense.
But she also said in her statement that she doesn't regret, and it's kind of a tough thing to say. I don't regret missing my kids' most important moments, but she was doing what she loved.
It's a double-edged sword because she does what she loves. Yeah.
Yep.
No, and she does regret it.
She regrets it.
No, she definitely regrets it. And listen, I have friends who I thought had like the most prime day part in like radio, and it wasn't good enough for them, and they saw on the horizon that it was going to mean them missing out on like children's stuff. And I will say, like, there's a really, really great benefit of the hours that we work is that I have been able to be like super hands-on.
You've been invested as a father.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, we just got something announced, was it yesterday? We got an email saying that there's a parent reception at 4:00 on like next week, and like, who the hell can make that? Like, people work at 4 o'clock.
Why would they put it at 4? Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's she coaches all her kids' teams, because Jason, her oldest son, are the same age. They go to school together. So they're, playing, but she coaches basketball. I think she coaches the baseball team too. So she's super involved with her kids.
I have to give her major kudos because she was one of the main champions of the Gary Papa prostate, the walk.
Yeah.
And they don't do it anymore.
I know. And I didn't realize that he was the one that pushed for her to get hired.
Yeah.
He essentially brought her on board, gave the seal of approval.
And I know she was really close with Jim Gardner.
Yes.
I think her kids have a special name for him. Like their families
her
are very
kids'
close.
names are Jim and Gardarina.
Right. Yes.
Aww.
No, she has 3 boys, and when she's around because it's just constant boy running, tagging, wrestling.
Right.
They're really cute though.
As she looks forward to the next chapter in her career, Pody reassures viewers that, quote, all is well with me and my family. I look forward to working on new ways to engage with my audience on topics and energize and celebrate our teams.
It was a little bizarre, though. I mean, she was gone, and I know a lot of people were asking, like, what the hell happened to, where's Jamie Apodi?
She just kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
When they ask about it on air, that's kind of, where's that here?
Jeff Seversky also left that way. So
That's
it
right.
seems to be something maybe that they
Maybe
do over
they
there.
do it that way.
Yeah.
Don't really know. But yeah, she's officially out. So who knows where she might pop up down the road? We'll see. I don't see her being done.
No.
That she's really good.
She does not want to leave our broadcast area.
No.
She's got to make sure that she can hear us.
Well,
every
her husband is from here. Her kids go to school here. So yeah, I don't think she's planning on leaving.
All right.
Okay. All right, let's see. I got other stories from the city in the beat. So we'll go to this one. Nick sent me this one. This is pretty cool. Lord & Taylor, King of Prussia, that's been empty, that facility for a while. So Netflix plans to turn that entire building into the world's first, what they call Netflix House, which is a cutting-edge arts, entertainment, dining, and shopping venue.
Oh, okay. So wait, there's going to be... all right. I was a little annoyed when I heard about this, but I didn't realize... Okay, so you can dine and shop in there? It's not just like...
You were terrified they were
sit and watch
extracting a
TV?
shopping element.
Well, kind of. I was excited about what was going to go in there. I'm like, oh, what big department store are they going to bring in? And then it was like, Netflix. I mean, I love Netflix just inside my own home.
Well, you've never... This is a first ever.
Okay,
So
all
I'm,
right.
I'm kind of excited about this. In the streaming wars, Netflix dominates.
So is it going to be kind of like a cooler Dave and Buster's?
I would almost think of it like a Lego, where you can buy some stuff, but there's Lego, there's Netflix related paraphernalia, and let's see what is it going to have, Preston?
By the way, I've realized that if I just plug the word shopping in somewhere,
you're good to go.
Kathy lights up because I had one eye on you while I was telling this story, and it wasn't until I actually said the word shopping did you go bing.
Well, because I was honestly disappointed in when they announced this, what was going in there. And then when you said there was shopping at it, so I'm like, okay, well, all right. We're at a mall. It should include shopping.
At 120,000 square feet, Netflix House will be nearly 5 times bigger than the area's first Eataly, which is the Italian emporium coming to the old Rite Aid Forever 21 space at the mall next year. Forever 21's not there anymore?
No, it's there, but I guess it's going away. I mean, that Rite Aid, I feel like, is like the mall forgot about it.
Right, I agree. It's the land that time forgot over
there are no man lands areas around that mall where just no one ever goes.
I wonder if that Forever 21, if they're moving the space. I can't imagine they're taking that out of the mall.
Popular.
And that Forever 21 is 2 floors, right?
Yeah.
So the thing about this Lord and Taylor becoming Netflix thing, Steve, is like because it's been empty for so long, to me, this seems like a really innovative way to put something in that space. And if it brings people in, and certainly it's going to bring in jobs, I'm 100% behind it.
So here we go. Here's what you can expect. Ground floor blueprint show 2 enormous experience rooms for immersive walk-through attractions complete with special effects and live actors.
I actually felt like I was Tiger King.
Netflix won't share specifics, but rotating takeoffs on the hit shows like Squid Game, Bridgerton, Stranger Things, and The Crown seem likely.
Oh, the Bridgerton room is going to be a ton of banging, Kathy. It's going to be like Caligula.
Touring Netflix attractions for all but The Crown have had successful runs in New York, London, LA, and Vegas in the last few years.
Yes, where's your Bridgerton room?
There's also a sizable theater for screenings, concerts, plays, TED-style talks, comedy shows, book signings, meet and greets, and live-streamed Netflix cast reunions.
Are they doing this anywhere else? Or
This is the first ever.
First one.
Yeah.
Okay, but are there plans to do it anywhere
I
else?
assume if it's successful.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would think also, Preston, you could use this facility. Did you mention a theater?
Yeah.
Okay, so the theater would be where they could debut, or screen for critics and stuff like that. Advances on shows that they're debuting.
Yep, exactly. So the second floor is anchored by a central dining and retail marketplace.
Because there's already 2 big dining areas now. Plus, there's restaurants on the outside. So I'm not sure we need more dining. But
to Nick's point, and we've talked about this, it's tough going out there for malls. And I mean, I think one of the prime malls in the country, a place in the city in San Francisco, is going away. They can't fill it.
You need attractions in malls to bring people to malls. Just the shopping alone won't do that anymore. And this will be an attraction.
Well, you know what's helping, though, is the kind of outdoor mall thing is really working. I was at Plymouth Meeting Mall yesterday and or day before yesterday and didn't go inside. Well, we went into Dick's to get some stuff, but then Shake Shack is out in the parking lot. So we went out there and we ate. And next to that has popped up a Honey Grow. I didn't know that.
What?
It's brand new. It's right next to it. So that outside area is like ever expanding.
Which still
and the inside is like
mind blowing to me.
Empty.
The entire outside is so new and beautiful, and there's tons of awesome options. And inside is like a death sentence.
Hello?
It is.
So they will have the theme possibly.
Is there a store in here? I've come to purchase things. I can't find a store.
Oh, Legos.
They'll have themed food and merchandise unique to Netflix House.
What happened to Suncoast Video?
Smaller experience rooms could house smaller format attractions. Think virtual reality, arcade and escape games, and culinary, craft, and personal enrichment classes.
When I went to that American Dream Mall, that's, it's filled with this stuff. I mean, you get just as much shopping as you do
experiential.
Things like this. Yeah.
I like that.
Netflix has identified 10 possible uses for the house's various rooms. Just about anything fun is fair game. Even large format activities like mini golf, skating, mazes, a kiddie playground, and obstacle courses. Some attractions will require timed tickets. Other will be free. Most will be temporary, replaced when the crowd's thin.
I wonder if they might go as far as to have the facility get used when Netflix comedy specials are shot. I don't know what the theater's going to look like, but that's conceivable.
Yeah, because they said they will do comedy shows there.
Yeah.
So as soon as Netflix submits detailed, fully engineered plans, the project moves to the township's multi-step land development approval process. Assuming no hitches, the new venue should open in late 2025. The project will put plenty of locals to work. Some 500 will be hired to build the place, and another 100 to 150 to staff it.
So they're saying that Nordstrom is going to be filled up with C-SPAN World, which is going to be really interesting.
So possibly in 2025, the Netflix house. All right, another story from City Beat. Now, this has a local tie to it, and I just wanted to put this in somewhere today. But apparently, Wally, the alligator,
yes, comfort,
emotional
support alligator is missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the owner put out a post on Facebook, said, hey, all right, everyone, I'm going to lay things out to the best of my ability. Wally was stolen by some jerk who likes to drop alligators off into someone's yard to terrorize them. He wrote, once discovered, they called DNR, Department of Natural Resources. They called a trapper. The trapper came and got Wally and dropped him off in a swamp with about 20 other gators that same day. So somebody had stolen Wally and thrown him in somebody's yard, and then they called the authorities to come and get rid of the alligator.
And wait, they stole Wally from this couple?
Now, I don't know the details on how he was stolen, where he was, or how somebody got access to him, but... so he goes on to say, the trapper came, got him, dropped him off in the swamp with about 20 other alligators that same day. The swamp is very large, and the trapper said the chances of them finding Wally is slim to none. He said, but this is Wally. Joey and friends are currently headed to the swamp to search and will continue daily.
That's terrible.
We pray the other alligators present, that Wally is okay. We are not releasing the location at this time. However, if anybody wants to aid in the search, please contact Joey directly for more details. Please continue to pray because we need a miracle. Thank you all for your love and support.
So Wally, in effect, well, he's been returned to what would be an alligator's natural habitat, but this guy has a bond with the alligator.
And also, I would imagine living in captivity like that so long, how long could he actually survive?
Wally's right now probably looking for a Keurig machine.
Seriously.
He's probably got some different behaviors than one in the wildwood. So
where do I get coffee?
Maybe reptiles are more likely to adapt quickly to those things. I don't really know. He's a bird now. Wow. So anyhow, I definitely wanted to pass that out there. Okay. Another City Beat story. This one, our friend Heather Steinberg sent this to me. There is a block party that's coming up. It's going to be Saturday, May 4th, and it's to help celebrate the opening of Jim's Steaks, the reopening.
The reopen, yeah.
On South Street. And it is called Meet Me on South Street. It is sponsored by Milk Boy. I've got my little Milk Boy hoodie that I've got here still in the back of my chair. So it's a summer block party, craft beer, food, DJs, dunk tank, stuff like that. And Jim's will be having their opening weekend.
Now, are they, do I remember correctly that they have expanded a bit? They purchased a place next to them?
That was the designs. I remember initially when they reported that, what their plans were, that yes, it was going to be larger, but that was a while back.
Okay.
I don't remember the specifics on that.
It's now become Hulu World.
Hulu World? Hold on. Marissa is giving a thumbs up.
Yeah, I was actually on South Street twice this weekend. I went to see Me First in the Gimme Gimme, so I was right at the TLA.
Oh, very nice.
And then I went to see a band at Milk Boy across the street. And guys, it looks beautiful over there.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah,
Awesome.
They've expanded to that store next door. I think that store, it was like an art gallery of some sort, and they had some smoke damage that it would have taken a lot of money to fix.
Right.
They took it over. But apparently there's I don't know if this is in your story, Preston, but the Magic Gardens are kind of recreated inside parts of gyms.
Huh.
Yeah, so when
That's
you're dining.
really cool.
So they have two full floors to dine in, plus a little back patio.
Okay.
So, because remember, did you guys ever go upstairs and try to eat?
Yes. Yeah.
There was
anytime.
7 stools and
and you had to, you could only bring food up there. Like you couldn't hold a table.
Yeah.
You absolutely, that's how small it was in Crampton. And you just had to kind of stand around and wait for people to move. But, well, that's cool. Good. So it's going to be this weekend, Saturday, May 4th, 11 a.m. Till 8 p.m. and Mexitalian Grill and Ace Outpost, Haagen-Dazs ice cream truck, the Jewish Sauce Boss, and more will be a part of that whole thing. So I wanted to mention that.
All that information, by the way, Preston, is up on the events page of PrestonandSteve.com.
Excellent. All right, another City Beat story. Let's see. Man, I have so many things here.
Good.
Not enough time to go through them. I will mention this story. 2 locations that are just outside of Philadelphia, so a little outside of the City Beat, have been named as 2024's best places to live according to Money magazine. In the publication, Money states that the list celebrates cities and towns with booming economies that also offer affordability, diversity, and exceptional quality of life. In alphabetical order, 2 of the 50 that they include are Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and Media.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's kind of interesting because Media has been on a big turnaround for a while.
Yeah, and I'm actually going to be in Media on Wednesday night. They're doing Dining on the Stars. It starts this Wednesday night on State Street Media. I'm going to be cutting the ribbon.
No kidding.
Yeah, they got a giant pair of scissors that I'm going to use. I'm going to cut the ribbon and open. I'm going to eat at Ozzy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I come? So what is the event? I'm sorry?
It's just the opening of the Dining Under the Stars that they do from now until I think like October, September. So, but every Wednesday night they shut down State Street Media and everybody eats outside.
So every Wednesday night?
Every Wednesday night.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So yes, according to the article, Media has something for everyone and every family. Money states amenities are plentiful. Going on to list Ridley Creek State Park for great hiking opportunities, while farmers markets abound, and as many may know, the abundance of diverse restaurants in the locale is something that the town should be proud of. Many shops and locations to eat within walking distance of ample parking, and in the warmer months, Media closes State Street to vehicles, allowing residents and those visiting to dine out, enjoying a fine meal and atmosphere.
They also, I mean, you know about Rose Tree Park, and what they've done with Rose Tree Park over the last couple of decades is pretty awesome. And they just built a brand new kids playground.
Yeah,
which they didn't have that there before.
And look at all the condos that have gone up. It's gotten built up a lot.
Yeah, no doubt. And I want to thank Peg DeGrasse from the Daily Times wrote an article about them kicking off Dining Under the Stars this Wednesday. And
did you get a mention?
I did.
Yeah.
My pictures, listen, I've been working in radio for 25 years, and getting my name in the Daily Times is like always a highlight.
Yeah. It's like the pinnacle.
Yeah.
Money also states that Media's median income is the envy of the Commonwealth, along with a low unemployment rate. Students typically do well, scoring higher on tests than the state's average for math and reading. The proximity to Philadelphia, just a half-hour train ride, makes it an excellent location to settle down and call home. Money also lists Frederick, Maryland, and Metuchen, New Jersey as ideal locations to settle in.
So, obviously we were Y100, for many years in Media. This is the first town in Pennsylvania I lived in was in Media. And always thought, this is a lot of potential here. And now here you go.
It was, at the time, it was a little odd, I thought. And
it was almost like a refrigerator with different magnets put on it that didn't quite gel.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like kind of like all over the place because you have like that downtown area where State Street is, and then you have where the Grand Run Mall was. I mean, that's all Media, and then the residential stuff and parks, and it's sort of like all over the place.
Yeah, now it's coming together.
Absolutely. So congratulations, Media. All right, let's see. How about this one? We'll actually get into the city. Dilworth Park is hosting free fitness classes every week throughout the spring and summer. The outdoor classes, which will rotate throughout the season to feature workouts like Zumba and boxing, will be offered at the park.
You guys ever do that? Like
Tuesday from 6 to 7 through October 1st. I'm sorry?
Sorry, those classes that they do outside. They have them down the beach all the time. And
I do the beach. I've done the beach ones
outside
before.
exercise? Yeah,
Any exercise on the beach, I'm like, yep, I'm in.
Yeah, there's one every Saturday, Casey, at the park right by our beach house. Every Saturday. And I go out and take a walk in the morning. But it's all ladies and out there doing, I guess it's Zumba. It's a dance thing.
Okay.
And I'm like, as I walk by, I'm like, yeah, that would be a great workout.
Yeah, they do it.
There's like a dance fitness craze now. So they're morphing from Zumba into like just dance fit. So Zumba, I believe, was Latin based, and now it's like any type of music. And actually, speaking of media, I think there's a whole dance cardio fitness studio. I believe it's in media. I looked it up a while ago because I wanted to try to get into it. But yeah, that's like, a big thing now.
Let me ask you a question, okay? Because the person that I see, and I do not mean to be insensitive when I ask this question, but it's legitimate. But the person that leads this class is overweight, like not by a little bit, but moves their ass off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how are you not, how are you not thinner? You're out there doing it.
How are you doing this, Fatty?
No.
Is that what you said? Did you say that, Preston?
Preston.
How dare you say that?
Weird.
No, I'm saying they're out there burning calories like crazy, and clearly they do this all the time.
I know why.
They do all the moves.
Yeah.
Fudgy Wudgy Bar.
Yeah.
Dirty banana.
You can't help it. They're right out there.
I don't know. What always blew me away was like how acrobatic and lithe Chris Farley was. Because that dude moved a lot, and he was clearly, I'm like, when he did that Chippendale skit, he was dancing his ass off.
Yeah, he had rhythm.
Yeah, and like he could, he would get really sweaty, but like
he was in his 20s though.
I guess, but he had more energy than I ever had.
But this person's going for like a half hour straight, like without stopping.
And they're talking.
And they're talking and getting people fired up. And I'm just like, it's cool, but I was just always like,
Some people just
they're eating too much.
That's their thing. There you go. I don't know, but yeah.
But I've thought about jumping in on it now, and this is goofy, but it's all women. And I'm like, man, I'd feel kind of stupid if I got up there.
No, there's like, I go to a gym that, I would say the majority of the people there are females, but there's a decent, amount of men that.
Like
that
literally not one man anytime have I ever seen as I've gone by.
Yeah, but I guarantee you, every once in a while, there's somebody in there. Once you become part of the group, it doesn't matter.
Preston's here. Hi, gals. Oh my God, did you see Bridgerton?
We have I have a whole workout group. Now, this was years ago. Our trainer has since moved away, so we don't work out together anymore, but we still get together. And there's one guy. Our group chain is all women, one guy. Anytime we go out, he shows up.
How you doing, girls?
And he listens to our show all the time. Woody is probably listening right now.
Woody? There you go. We know that's about Woody. We're on to you.
Also, I don't have rhythm and dance rhythm.
Well, yeah,
so, I have rhythm. I'm a drummer, but I don't have dance rhythm. So, all right. Well, anyway, classes are hosted by trainers from City Fitness, which recently opened a flagship location in Northern Liberties. The schedule, which kicked off on April 23rd with Zumba, is as follows: June 4th through June 25th, boxing with Brett. July 2nd through July 30th, body combat with Chuck. August 6th.
My name is Chuck. If you're here to pussy around, get out.
August 9th.
We're going to learn about combat. The art of war.
August 6th.
Chuck, this isn't that much fun.
Shut up.
Dude. Chuck's not very nice.
He's not.
That's body combat with Chuck.
I have issues.
Yeah.
Need positive
My
reinforcement.
wife teaches Zumba 24/7, and she said dues 50.
All right, I can see what Chuck be a little angry.
August 6th or August 27th will be Fit Body with Michaela. And then September 3rd through October 1st is Zumba with Asher.
So, do they have outdoor saunas?
No.
Or outdoor steam rooms?
I don't think so.
Where you could just sit on a bench naked?
No, but each Tuesday from 6 to 7 through October 1st, it's free. It's at Dilworth Park. So if you want to go knock in a free workout, then go do it.
Do you know it's always been wonderful when I've encountered them, traveling around, when they have those outdoor parks that have the chin-up bars, or just kind of permanently fixed stations.
Those are great.
It's a great workout outside.
And you run from one to the other, right? Yeah, they have it down West River Drive. You can find those. So, all right. I'm afraid that is all we have time for. No. We've simply scratched the surface here. In the city beat. But we'll be back at it again sometime in the near future. I promise you that. The reason we need to break is because we have to stay on time for Good Money It. So we'll come back with a chance for you to win $1,000 and some great bizarre file stories to share as well. So stay with us. Kiss. They're partying every day. They're rock and rolling all
absolutely right.
night.
Every goddamn day.
Every single day. Just can't stop them.
It's compulsive. I'm talking to a therapist.
All right, we have a lot going on in mere moments. In fact, we can do it in about 10 seconds. Your first opportunity to win $1,000 here on MMR. Keep in mind, happens several times throughout the day. 5 times, Monday through Friday. 8 a.m., 10 a.m., noon, and 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. All your chances to win $1,000. And we could do this right now. Let's do it.
93.3 WMMR Philadelphia.
It's time for a Good Money It keyword.
All right, our word is vibrant. Vibrant. And you have until 15 minutes after the hour to enter that. There are 3 ways for you to do it. You can go through WMMR.com, the MMR app, or you can text it to the special contest short code number, which is 45911. And one random entry wins $1,000 in the company-wide contest. Each winner gets a call from Beasley. Make sure you answer your phone. There are contest rules at WMMR.com, and our fine sponsor is McLaughlin Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. The word again is vibrant. Vibrant. Enter that right now. We'll take a look at traffic, see what's going on so far this morning. Kathy, what do you have for us?
Volume building on the Blue Route northbound 95 to the Media Bypass southbound from the bypass to McDade Boulevard. 95 southbound slowing from Academy into the Betsy Ross Bridge. The Vine westbound slows 8th to Broad. Eastbound the Schuylkill to Broad. On the Schuylkill eastbound, you're slow 202 into Belmont, heavy the Boulevard to the Vine westbound. Bear Avenue to the Vine, Jam City to Belmont, and then again from the Conshohocken Curve to Conshohocken. Pennsylvania Turnpike westbound slows Virginia Drive to Fort Washington, 422 eastbound, Heavy Oaks to First Avenue, 30 bypass eastbound, jams 340 to 113. On the Boulevard southbound, you're slow from Ridge to the Schuylkill, and then in New Jersey, 42 north, slowing 41 to 295, 55 northbound, backing up Deptford to the 42 freeway. This traffic report brought to you by Eastern Atlantic States Carpenters. Visit the open house hosted by the Regional Council of Carpenters May 3rd at Decatur Road in Philadelphia. Learn how you can become a part of the Carpenters Union, EAScarpenters.org. And that's your traffic on 93.3 WMMR.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Collected some stories over the weekend to share with you. We'll start with this one. 4 middle-aged women were infected with HIV while receiving vampire facials at a spa in New Mexico.
I thought it was your own blood.
It is, according to the CDC, and I'll explain why. The official statement marks the first known HIV cases transmitted through cosmetic injection. So VIP Beauty Salon and Spa in Albuquerque offered vampire facials and was closed in 2018 after an investigation revealed unwrapped needles scattered in the salon and unlabeled syringes. Yeah,
sounds great.
Gross.
Vampire facials, popularized by celebrities like Kim Kardashian, involve extracting blood from elsewhere on the body and injecting it into the face in the hopes of stimulating new, rejuvenated skin cells.
Trust me, you'll look years younger.
It is thought that HIV could have been spread via shared needles used by the spa. The first woman tested positive for HIV in summer of 2018.
Whoopsie daisy.
After getting a vampire facial, she had no history of injectable drug use, recent blood transfusions, or recent sexual contact with someone with HIV. The second and third women also received vampire facials in 2018. One was diagnosed with the earliest stage of HIV in 2019, and the other in 2023 when she was taken to the hospital with severe symptoms. A separate woman and a man also tested positive for HIV. The woman was given a vampire facial at the spa while the man contracted the infection through having sex with her.
Oh, wow.
He never received any services from the spa. The CDC and health department investigators determined that up to 59 spa attendees may have been exposed to HIV, and of those, 20 had received vampire facials.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah. In June 2022, the spa's owner, Maria Ramos de Ruiz, had pleaded guilty to 5 felony counts of practicing medicine without a license and was sentenced to 3.5 years in prison.
So despite Kim Kardashian's advocacy of this treatment, is there anything that says this is even remotely true, that it could help?
I remember initially when these stories were coming out of this treatment that I thought they said categorically, no, it
That's what I
doesn't
thought.
do anything.
And then these people have HIV.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, this is out of Orleans, Vermont. 2 men were cited early Friday evening after a fight over some pigs. Police say they received a call about pigs blocking the road.
I'm not going anywhere.
They then began receiving multiple calls claiming that two men were fighting in the same area. Now, when officers responded, they found that 37-year-old Ty Morrison and 57-year-old Michael Cryer, they were apparently fighting over the pigs, which neither of them owned or managed.
Oh, my God.
Neither one of them owned these pigs, and they were fighting over them.
So I'm obviously going to take Uncle Ty's side in this case.
Yes, so police say both Morrison and Cryer engaged in violent, tumultuous behavior, and they were cited to appear in the County Superior Court for aggravated disorderly conduct.
Over pigs they had no association with.
None. An emergency slide fell off of a Delta passenger jet shortly after takeoff on Friday, forcing the pilots to return to John F. Kennedy International Airport. The pilots of Delta Airlines Flight 520 from New York to Los Angeles reported vibrations and a banging not long after takeoff. The plane turned around and landed back at JFK after spending roughly 33 minutes in the air. Upon inspection, crews determined that an emergency slide from one of the Boeing 767's exits had separated from the aircraft. Crews were working to determine where that slide landed.
Has there ever been a worse time to be a nervous flyer?
I'm telling you.
With doors and slides flying off?
Every day there's some kind of report that's coming out. The 33-year-old plane was taken out of service, and the passengers were placed on another flight to Los Angeles. But so they heard banging.
Yeah.
I guess this thing inflated and was like slapping up against the plane. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. The high fashion world has always been known for pushing boundaries, but pea-stained jeans kind of takes the cake, especially with its whopping price tag, which is now a reality.
Have you seen these, Kathy? It's so stupid.
No, I have not seen them. I'm looking it up right now.
An apparel company called Jordan Luca is hawking jeans on their site. They advertise as Stain Stonewash.
Knock it off.
And they actually have a pair for sale right now. A lighter wash that's going for $608 compared to the usual $800 they normally sell at.
I bet he pisses in his pants.
They look like they have pea stains.
They do.
It turns out some people are into it. They're practically sold out at this point.
Come on.
Sold out.
Come on.
The Jordan Luca jeans actually debuted at Milan Fashion Week for their Fashion Week 23 cycle. And it would appear that they left a mark because they're a hot item in 2024. Whereas you might normally be embarrassed to piss your pants
Not
or
anymore.
have any evidence of residue left behind after a tinkle, it seems that fashion-forward thinkers are leaning into it.
So this comes as good news to the Full Loads Jean company. It looks like you took a dump in your pants.
Hey, so you could wear these.
Concept had actually been touched on before by none other than comedian Tim Robinson, who did a sketch on I Think You Should Leave and mocked the idea of a website that sold pissy pants to help dudes cover up the fact that they may have been a little bit messy. And apparently,
it took
actually
off.
buying it. That is insane. When a Lancaster County man got his mail last weekend, he found 2 items. The first one, Barry Tangert says, was a refund check from the federal government for over $900. The second was from the Pennsylvania Department of Revenue. Now, that letter was an income tax billing notice, which showed that Tangert owed the state more than $34 billion.
Whoa!
In fact,
$34 billion.
it was $34,576,826,561.47 to be exact. Yes.
Wow. That's
He said,
a hefty bill.
He said, I knew it was an obvious blunder. I don't even make over $100,000 a year, so there's no way I could owe anywhere near that. Earlier this year, his tax preparer noticed an error on his 2022 return and filed an amendment.
Listen, I'm going to try to get this $34 billion down. Let's start itemizing.
Tangert thought everything was taken care of until he got the notice. He said, I don't know if it was a computer glitch in the transmission or if it was an input error or my tax preparer.
Do you have an office at your house?
He reached out to the Pennsylvania Department of Revenue and spoke to a customer service representative, and he said the first thing he said was, you had a good year. And I said, I wish. He said he didn't get any clarification about how the error happened. They had everything taken care of, but a news station reached out and they found out the situation had been resolved and that the error was an isolated incident that stemmed from the wrong numbers being inputted into the system. But it was over $34 billion that he owed the state of Pennsylvania. And that is what I have in the Bizarre File this morning. All right, so we have exactly 5 minutes left. Your chance to win $1,000. The word you need to enter for Good Money It is vibrant, Vibrant, and you can enter that through WMMR.com, the MMR app, or text it to 45911, but you need to get on that and do it now. Vibrant is that word. We'll take a break, and we'll come back in just a moment, so don't go anywhere. I was going to say, don't stay here. Whatever you do, leave.
Get out of here.
We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Don't nobody go nowhere.
93.3 WMMR.
All right, thanks, Cap. Got a nice text from diehard listener, Dave McKay. You've heard him on the air here many times throughout the years. He says, happy 56th birthday to my favorite radio station since I became a loyal listener in 1978. Wow. WMMR has truly been a blessing in my life and has helped me through the good times and the bad times in my life. And knowing that this beautiful frequency, 93.3 FM, is here for me every day is a beautiful gift that I will always cherish forever. Love you guys, Dave McKay and Ben Salem.
Isn't that nice? That's wonderful.
Yeah,
wonderful
thanks,
message. It's good to know that, how it's been a part of people's lives for so long, and you get stuff like that. It's amazing.
Pierre commemorating the birthday today with a nothing but MM Archive session. His entire show today is all stuff that has been recorded right here at the studios of WMMR or in the various locations that MMR has held over the years, and also clips. Really, I'm sure he'll go through the vintage, the production pieces and so on, the promos and stuff, which I love hearing.
So do I.
I get a kick out of
this. This is vast history that we're just a part of it.
That Pierre still plays those on a daily basis. I love it. I wasn't around to hear those things in their initial incarnation, but it reminds me of the station that I grew up listening to that was my radio station, and hearing that old stuff is just, I don't know, it's very comforting. I love it.
The station I grew up listening to that was MMR is gone. It was gone years ago. So having MMR stay here is wonderful.
So the only other radio station that is as old as WMMR is the station I grew up listening to, KC95. They signed on just a hair before WMMR did, so are kind of technically the oldest rock station in the country.
Right.
But they stopped being a current-based rock station years ago. They're a classic rock format. We are still active in that. We play current rock music and continue to bring new stuff to you in the rock realm. So as much as I loved Keishi growing up listening to that radio station, I think MMR's got the real title.
I think so. And I think you're right for that reason, because it's kept the same format for all these years. It's an active rock station.
Yep, exactly. So happy birthday, us, and listen to Pierre later on today. I wanted to share this email I got. It's a little sad, but I wanted to pass this along. Joe Wagner sent this to me, and he said, hey, guys, I've been a listener for almost 10 years now. And recently, my father, Steve, was diagnosed with leukemia. Some circumstances led him to having to live with me for a year while getting treated, and I turned him on to you guys. When he was with me, we started every morning together watching you guys, and when he was in the hospital, he watched your clips all day. You truly helped him and me through this tough time, and he passed away yesterday.
Aww.
Yeah, he said, I was hoping that you could give him a shout out for one last time. He said, you guys are like family that I haven't met yet, and it would mean the world to me. So, Joe, we are more than happy to do that. Sorry to hear about your dad, Steve, but I'm glad that you guys found some joy in our show together to maybe help be a bit of a distraction for what, is just a terrible thing for anybody to go through. So thanks for reaching out. I appreciate that. Here's another one that says, I'm asking for your help on wishing the illustrious Jackie Weiser and her bountiful bouncing knockers a very happy 33rd birthday. Her birthday is Tuesday, May 7th, but any time is fine. I never miss a podcast. Y'all made her a celebrity around these parts, as if she wasn't one already. She's my ride or die for life, and she deserves all the happiness in the world. Thank you so much. All my love. Jessa McIlvain. the goat racer extraordinaire. So here's a chart.
Oh, well, for both knockers.
Yep. And I'm not sure why we made her a celebrity, but
I'm glad to hear it.
We'll take your word for it.
I wonder if she's the girl who was at the Christmas Miracle broadcast. Who was,
that could be it. Yeah.
That's got to be
Yeah.
Her last name's McElvain?
So it's spelled, Nick, I'm going to need your help on this. So it is, where did it say here? Where's she? Jackie Weiser. Oh, from Jessica, MCILVAINE.
Yeah, it's probably McElvain.
McElvain.
Yeah, like MC followed by an I or MC followed by an E. It's usually pronounced Mac.
I don't know if she's doing that humorously. Instead of McElwain, it's McElvain.
No, actually, McElvain, believe it or not, is more common than McElwain.
Okay.
But she's probably like a distant cousin, and she has great boobs.
They were at the Galentine's event as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
awesome.
a lot of fun.
All right, and then there's this one that says, please send a special shout out. Happy 50th to my good friend and diehard Preston Steve fan, Jose Vasquez. His birthday is on the 26th, so we missed it by a few days. It says if you could play a little Benny Hill theme music, I know it'll crack him up. No.
How about this?
There you go. Thanks a lot, Nick from Brooklyn. So thank you, Nick. Sorry, but once we start giving into all the requests, then
it'll take forever.
It's going to take forever. All right, I got a couple more. I'll get to them a little bit later. I don't want to overload on the charts right now. So interesting thing came up in conversation last week. Do you remember we had, and Steve, you paid a visit to them this weekend, Hungry Bear Creamery. Hangry Bear Creamery. And they brought in custom-made ice cream flavors for us and all this stuff.
Yes.
And they were wonderful. And you and Claire went there this week.
Well, actually, I went out. Claire fell in love with the ice cream and just tore through it. And so she was having sort of an off day. So I said, let me go out and pick up some more, replenish it. And I think 4 gallons of ice cream.
Wow.
4 gallons?
No, and the big suckers, however big they are, they're huge.
My God.
So put it in the freezer because it's, I figure if I'm going to take the drive, let's stock it up a little bit.
Yeah.
The place is amazing. It's great.
Yeah.
It's spacious. It's got that room for ice cream parties and ice cream, designing parties.
Yeah.
That was active. Then there's the actual ice cream parlor, which is what you first walk into. And then to the side is the restaurant. And all parts were hopping, but not overwhelming and overcrowded. It was really nice.
So the reason I bring it up is because afterwards we were eating ice cream, and I found out something about Nick, and I don't know how to feel about this.
Oh, no.
Well, it started with Casey.
Well, he asked you, yeah.
Well, Casey, you had some left over from their visit, right?
Yeah.
And it got taken?
Yes. Was that the next day?
Yeah. Specific set of skills.
And either way, I sort of jokingly asked you if you wanted to eat this with a fork.
Right.
Eat ice cream with a fork.
Oh,
Yeah.
my.
And I asked as a joke because it's utterly ridiculous to eat ice cream with a fork.
Why? Why is it utterly ridiculous?
So do you always eat ice cream with
No.
a fork? Oh.
But it's a utensil that you can use, and sometimes, occasionally, Kathy, Miss Judgy, I like using a fork because when the ice cream is really hard and frozen solid, I find that the fork does a better job of digging into the ice cream.
It penetrates it better.
Penetrates it,
Yeah,
and
there's
it
more
almost,
penetration.
Steve, it almost becomes a little perforated by the tines of the fork.
Right.
And therefore easier to dig and then consume.
Do you eat your soup with a fork too, Nick?
Unless it's chunky.
I had never heard of anyone
No.
eating ice cream with a fork.
Here's the other thing.
you've used, this wasn't a one-off. You have actually in your life used a fork to eat ice cream.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. I
all
don't go out of my way to use a fork for ice
You would-
cream. And
the preference is a spoon.
Normally it's a spoon. And then we started talking a little bit about cake. And sometimes I like using spoon for cake because you get crumbs.
Yeah,
off the plate.
Caroline and I always eat cake with a spoon.
Yeah.
So I will tell you this. If I'm eating like a devil's food cake, I will use a fork because I want to scrape up the icing.
Yeah.
In a linear fashion.
I will never eat devil's food cake ever. It's just too
'Cause of the
dry.
devil.
No, because of the devil, you say. No, it's just too dry.
Really? Then
yeah.
you're getting crappy devil's food cake. It's moist and wonderful.
Yeah, and that's why like the Zaz ice cream is really good because
Zaz ice cream, yeah.
they have the devil's food cake ice cream, which is really good. Because,
Home run.
Yeah. I run into an issue when it comes to ramen because Like, I feel like you...
Is it noodles? Is it soup?
Is it soup, right? And you would think because of the broth, all right, I'm going to eat it with the soup, but the noodles don't stay on the spoon.
Yeah, they slip off.
Yeah, so you kind of need both, right? Or
I think you use the fork to get the noodles, and then you hold up the bowl and sip from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to break them up before you
the utensils?
No. The ramen. Before
I
you
break
cook
them
it.
up. I do break, but they still
a little long.
It's still a little long for a spoon, and for the amount of noodles that you get per bite, especially in the beginning of your ramen experience. My question again, not again, but just in general, is what
for the first time today.
For the first time ever, again, the question is for Kraft mac and cheese, spoon or fork?
Fork.
Fork. Yeah, fork.
Yeah.
Yeah, occasionally
I'm
spoon.
a spoon guy.
Yeah,
for mac and cheese.
You're a
For mac
spoon
and
man?
cheese.
Yeah, because for the same reason that you would apply to cake, some extra crumbs and or cheese at the bottom of the bowl.
What about pie? Like apple pie.
Probably fork.
Fork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can do whatever is in front of me, right? If I'm opening the drawer and grabbing the utensil myself, hot.
Oh my
this is a hot pie with maybe ice cream on the side.
Say a fresh pie.
Yeah.
With
Wait, hold on. Can I? I have a question.
Please.
What about rice?
rice, I will eat with a fork. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because then it gets kind of difficult at the end.
Well, you know what? I'm actually pretty good. My chopstick game is pretty good.
I eat rice with chopsticks.
Chopstick game is pretty good.
I still can't do chopsticks.
Just rice, like not a fried rice or...
Well, yeah, fried rice or just plain white rice that comes with whatever you're eating, sure.
All right. So
it takes a little practice to be a rice eater with chopsticks.
It's really, I think people look at it and they think it's just this bizarre, mysterious thing. It's just the way you brace them. And once you get good, like I can do separate peas and, and I make that sound.
Okay, hang on a second. I saw some woman give a tutorial on how to properly hold chopsticks, and I didn't actually have chopsticks on me, so I didn't get to use to try her method.
Can you come over to my house?
But it's there's a guy, he sees this thing happening and then he comments on it, and his big catchphrase is "for F's sake." Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, it has an accent. He's a Scottish guy?
No, I know that guy.
Yeah.
No, this dude's more like Southern.
I do see some people using chopsticks, and I want to go over and smack them lightly because I'm like, that's not how you do it. So I do have issues with how people. Do we have any chopsticks around here?
I would be surprised if we didn't.
We have everything. We have an array of dildos and a fake baby.
Yeah.
We have everything.
We have to. If you gave me 3 minutes, I could probably find
Whip up some chopsticks for us.
Let's make a deal. What are you going to give to him? A $50 gift certificate
for
Dunkin' Donuts?
Find me some chopsticks. Are you going to go?
I got an idea.
Now?
Why don't you give me one of the $10 Acme gift cards that you have that they gave to us to give away to people at Acme for saying Gadzooks?
You're ineligible though.
I know.
Yeah.
But I need more to give away. All right, give me 3 minutes. I'll be back. I
could use Sharpies.
Yeah, Sharpies. That's it. Yeah.
A couple Sharpies. Well,
that's the way you hold them, correct?
This is the way I hold them.
That's the way I hold them.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah.
Some people do this weird thing like this, Steve. And I know this is radio, folks, but you ever see this?
Like the crossover?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's happening to your pens is what happens to the chopsticks.
Yeah.
It makes it impossible.
But some people make that work. It's really weird.
Wait, so show me how you do it.
So I know. And those of you on the radio, listening on the radio,
Just
I
bear with us.
apologize. But I do. Now these are I do it like this.
Right. Okay.
I have the ring fingers.
Well, that's how it's going to work.
As the base, holding it, and then I use the index finger and the middle finger to use the movie guy.
I can't do it.
Moving guy. You can't do chopsticks?
Nope. Cannot do it.
And you've given it many efforts.
Tried. You know why?
Are you the laughing stock of Contra?
I am the laughing stock of every
There's
Chinese
the no
restaurant.
chopstick chick.
I've tried, and then I get annoyed, and I'm like, give me the fork.
That's the problem.
Give me the fork.
You don't spend enough time.
You're chopsticking out of anger.
I can't do what you're doing. Like, I don't have the control there, and it ends up being that the second one you did.
Yeah,
the crisscross one.
Okay.
And that doesn't work.
I can make both work.
I think my grip's a little different than yours, Preston, but it's just what I've gotten used to. And so I use my index finger on the top chopstick, and then the second one is sort of the base.
Yeah, I think that works too.
Yeah,
It's close.
Casey
found chopsticks.
Marissa found chopsticks.
Where were they?
Marissa found chopsticks.
Marissa found chopsticks.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Tree?
Yeah.
Marissa found chopsticks.
Yeah. Everyone has chopsticks. Yeah. By the way, National Radio Hall of Fame. Yeah, that's what you're listening to.
All right, so okay. So here's my chopstick technique, like that.
All right, I need to see the video.
Something you can pick up.
You need to see the video. He's showing you right here.
Flippery.
Yeah, but I want to see the video that I was talking about.
I want to see the video
I was talking about.
And that's the one I want to do.
Anyway,
all right.
I like the fact that my entire family, except for Caroline, I believe, knows how to use chopsticks proficiently. It's just kind of a fun, different thing. Oh,
you
here
can
we
sit
go.
there and do it. Okay.
Pick up some Hershey's Kisses. Hang on, they're oddly shaped.
Yeah.
But that's the technique that
There
I
you go.
use.
Very precise.
But some people do this thing.
Could you perform surgery like that?
I probably could.
I'll take that polyp out. I'll take that dingleberry out.
I don't know how they do the cross thing like that, but some people do. But I think eating rice is a.
By the way, when people eat rice, a lot of times what they'll do is as you said, Preston, they hold the bowl up and they use the chopsticks in a shoveling way,
like this.
Yeah. So they're not even.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's quitting.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
That's what the Brady Bunch taught us to do.
Remember when the cool aunt came and she
Right.
taught everyone how to
And
use
she was
chopsticks?
over in Japan. She said that's how you do it,
Yeah,
right? In
that's what
China,
she
she
did.
said, yeah.
She said that. Really? I thought she said you had to slurp the soup and burp. I remember
Slurp.
that part of it.
And then you need to fart.
And then
that's how you say you enjoyed the meal.
He farted in my face.
Right.
There we go.
All right.
Hang on a second. I want to go to a call while we have this. I have Bill on the phone. Hi, Bill. Morning.
Good morning.
What's up, Bill?
Hey, I am 57 years old. I still enjoy beans and franks.
Okay.
The problem I had this morning is I had to consciously think, do I bring a fork or do I bring a spoon in my franks and beans this morning?
I would do a fork. I eat beans with a fork, no problem.
I went back and forth and I went with a spoon.
I'd probably go with a spoon too.
Huh.
Interesting.
I want to get the juices from the frank, the bush
beans.
beans.
Yeah. I got you.
How about
roll that
a
beautiful bean footage?
Spatula.
Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it, bud. Good luck with that. I haven't had franks and beans in ages. That was like a kid thing.
I've used a spatula for cookie dough.
We should do what has Nick not eaten with.
Yeah. I mean, if it's around. Here's the other thing about a fork with ice cream. Occasionally, you'll have dinner and use your fork for dinner, right? And then you don't want to dirty up a spoon. So you might as well, what? You might as well, you're just, you're reducing.
Just
you're
roll it
recycling.
over into what else you're eating.
That's right.
I get it.
Lick that fork clean, Kath, and dive right into the ice cream.
Nick, I do that. Not that in particular, that
Right.
very thing, but I will reuse an inappropriate utensil for something else just because I don't want to get a clean one dirty.
It's just getting more, like, for example, will you ever wipe your ass and then use that paper to blow your nose?
Hardly ever.
Okay.
When
But
you
the
guys,
other way around, I would.
Sometimes.
No, that's ridiculous.
You
How
blow
often-
your nose and then wipe your ass with it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I would. I probably have.
You're going to get snot in your butthole.
Yeah.
Well,
No, I fold that part in.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
You're just reusing.
Yeah.
Come
on.
Or
all right,
reducing.
hold on, wait.
Seriously.
Nick, hold on to your question. What's more gross? Snot in your butthole or poop in your nose?
Poop in your nose.
Come on, right?
Poop in
Come
your
on.
nose, Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it's not your butthole.
Casey,
Yeah.
you're okay.
You're fine.
Survey
What
says-
does NPR say on this?
We were having a perfectly fine conversation about a spoon or a fork.
All right, we're going to steer it back to that.
When consuming ice cream, how often would you guys say that you consume it right out of the container?
Often.
Never.
Often.
Never.
Never. There's
Often.
other people in the
I
house
did
that
it-
want to
yeah.
eat from it. You
Screw those
disgusting
people.
slobs.
It's mine and I bought it, I'm going to eat it. When the Hangry Bear stuff, Steve, that was right out of the container. If it's a Ben and Jerry's or a
Yeah, if it's a
Wawa
pint.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say
a
this.
gallon.
Let me ask you. Preston, in a bowl or out of the container?
Out of the container. I'd say for the most part, when buying a pint in my household, that's your pint.
That's your pint.
That's your
It's-
pint.
yeah, everybody's got their own.
It's my pint.
But at work, it's not your pint.
Right.
At work, if you take some bites out of it and then put it in the freezer, any a-hole can come and grab it and eat it.
Did you
Who
figure it out?
opened that, though, and wanted it?
Did you put your name on it?
It doesn't matter.
I know,
Here's
I
the thing.
know,
You're
but-
angry about this. I think that somebody just took, because there was a ton in there. They probably just grabbed it and left and didn't realize till they got home.
So my container was in there as well, and it had my name on it, and it was not touched.
Was it eaten at all?
No.
I mean, so that's...
Casey, let me raise this notion.
But I've already eaten out of it. Like, that's the problem.
So it was scooped. That was the container that was scooped to give me some to try on air.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all it was scooped out.
Yeah.
And so my name was on the lid.
Maybe, even though they're diving into a product that wasn't theirs, that they saw that some of it was scooped out. Maybe they were assuming it was scooped out and put into a bowl, and then the person ate it from the bowl, and not necessarily eating it right out of the container.
I don't think they ever even saw it.
It's still not cool.
It's not. It was a pint. It was not because they had quarts or whatever.
Quarts are what I got. Yes, that's right. I said gallons.
By the way, Melinda from Hangry Bear had texted in, and she said that ice cream cake you can eat with a fork.
I still eat that with a spoon.
Okay.
Because of the meltiness, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're going to get more ice cream with your spoon, ultimately.
Let me ask you. Now, I always do this. I will microwave the ice cream for about 30 seconds.
No, I don't do that.
I get it melty.
Never have done it. I understand the reasoning why.
I love the melty.
Okay.
I don't like eating just straight up
The melty.
full out of the freezer ice cream.
I like it to naturally temper on the counter.
I like radiation.
Ooh.
I'm not familiar with Hangry Bear.
You were here last week in the studio.
Oh, that's who gave us the.
Yeah.
Oh, and you
Yeah.
drove out and got more?
Yeah.
Yes.
Kennett Square. That's a good hour plus drive for you, I would imagine.
I was in the mood for a drive. It's
beautiful, Chester County.
And I said, let me go do it. The weather was beautiful, and I went out and I listened to music, and I.
It's like Kennett Square.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not familiar with Hangry
Bear.
Well, I didn't understand that why he drove all the way out there.
Shops?
Yeah, it was. Okay,
all right.
I didn't drive to Ohio.
Well, no, but they were just here.
I know,
Okay.
and then they weren't.
She's
And then it
saying
was
you
gone?
could just run around the corner and get some ice cream that was convenient to you, but you wanted this specifically, and it's great, but it is a long drive from where Steve is. Yes.
Yeah.
But it was a nice drive. And
Yeah,
that's what you were
it's a beautiful
driving.
day.
Yeah.
Supporting clients.
Case, when we were having this conversation off air last week, you said something along the lines of like heating a spoon up or something like that for ice cream. Do you remember what you said?
Nope.
Okay, because
Yeah, 'cause
it was an interesting
I know what you're
angle.
talking about.
Right. But it was your thought, and I was trying to figure out like what the approach actually was. Like,
If you took the spoon or the scooper. By the way, our scooper, we got it was like a Pampered Chef scooper that we've had for I feel like 15 years now. I feel like there's some sort of space age polymer or something on it that makes it cut right through. It doesn't matter how cold the ice cream is.
Interesting. Yeah.
All right, here's a gear switching question to ask you. What is the oldest thing you have in your utensil drawer?
Oh, jeez.
Is there anything you've had since like childhood?
Like an old spoon, maybe?
Yeah, a spoon or a spatula or a scooper. That's what made me think of it.
Stegosaurus jawbone.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
I have an old spoon, like a childhood soup spoon.
I think we have a ladle that we've had in my family for a really long time. It's got like an ornate handle on it and everything. It's made of, solid.
It's not a utensil, but we have the Nestle Quick bunny
like
cup.
A tin?
It's a cup.
Yeah.
We where the ears are the handles of the cup or whatever. We have that. I mean, that's from straight up like the 80s.
Let me ask you guys an ice cream scoop question. Do you like one solid scoop with no gears attached to it, or an ice cream scoop that has the button and the little lever where it's got the little thing that goes underneath the scoop
and
itself?
helps you remove it. I do. Yeah. I'm a fan of that.
I think I like the standalone scoop with nothing attached, like straight ahead caveman scoop.
Yeah. Well, I have one like a stone one, and that's what I heat up. Like I'll put that under warm water, and then it just melts right into the ice cream.
The little scoopy thing, the little button that the gear on there, that can actually help if you're doing a lot.
Okay.
If you're doing several scoops, I think
so. I rarely, as I said before, though, I eat out of the container, so I'm never presented with that problem.
Yeah, I would say a majority of the time we're doing pints in my house.
You're rocking the pint.
And this is how
you're running the pint.
This is how confident I am. When I open a pint, I just throw the lid away.
Yeah, you're not going to need it.
That lid's not going
That's
back
a confidence I wish I had.
Immediately.
I will never play greater self-destructive mind games than I do, because what I will do is I purposefully keep leveling out this in the container.
Sure, I know what you're talking about.
I keep so that there's no real indication of the bottom yet.
Yes.
So, and I will try not to look at it in relationship to the outside of the container to realize what a disgusting slob I've been. So I keep that illusion from up top. It might very well be Oh, I haven't eaten that much at all.
That's right.
It still looks like I just opened it.
Still looks like I just opened it.
Steve, I do the exact same thing, different versions of it, but I do something similar to Casey, except that, when I take the lid off, I'll put it on the counter with the vague concept that I might put it back on top of the ice cream, but I'm not really.
May I recommend something, Nick?
Yeah.
Put it in the microwave.
Yeah.
Run it for about 50 seconds. Let it get really, and then when you're done, and then put it in the freezer. It will set even in the container. And it'll look like a brand new container.
That's right.
Even if you put away 3/4 of it.
Barely touched it.
Here's a text from someone. New segment idea. Utensils according to Nick.
All right, yeah.
Utensils according to Nick.
Yeah, spatulas are great for getting everything out of the bowl.
Let me go.
That's your tip for the day.
Hang on. Let me go to Sammy. Hi, Sammy. Good morning.
Hey, listen, I'll it.
What is that?
Backwards.
What's that?
Is this something backwards?
No, that's from Dune. Lis Al Gaib. Yeah. Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah. Well, back to cake. Typically, I use a fork because a spoon would be pointless.
Hey!
Oh,
my man!
That's a joke.
I got you.
I got it.
That's
Spoons are round.
Thank you, Sammy. We needed that. All right. So here's a beef I have. No,
beef?
Stupid.
Okay, go ahead.
It's
Say
dumb.
it. Get it out. You're with friends.
Can't be any less stupid than where we've been.
We have some forks, and the tines are too close together.
That's the dumbest goddamn thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
No, I got you.
It's
You know
almost.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost a spoon. You're just so close to being a spoon.
And when I go in and I need to pierce things with it,
That's right.
it doesn't do as good of a job because the tines are too close.
But let me ask you, how effective in the history of utensils?
Yeah.
Give me a 1 to 10 rating on the general effectiveness of a spork. Talking about teeth that are.
I don't find them very effective.
I agree.
I never have.
I'm going to put them in at 3, maybe.
It's because you don't have a titanium spork like I do.
I was just going to say it's because they're often plastic.
Well, a lot of times, too, that is a more pronounced, the tines are more pronounced on that spork. Many is the time that it's really not even that pronounced.
You know what? I wouldn't mind going old school, like medieval. Their
On your
forks. Their forks just had 2 tines on them. You know what I'm talking about?
Like a trident. Add one.
Kill something with that.
Yeah, it's good for meat.
Yeah.
What about a three tine fork? Because some sorry, my headphones just fell off.
Well,
I got so excited about 3 tine forks.
Your head's getting smaller.
It throws me off. You know what throws me off more? It's just when that one tine is just a little bit off from the other ones.
It screws like your mouth gets messed up.
Yeah.
I don't care for that.
No, me neither.
Look at this.
So dumb.
Yeah, we're looking at the 2 tine fork.
You like 2-tiner.
We're the 2 tine forks.
I mean,
it's a bad name.
Where are your Tine Daily forks?
Yeah, a 2-tine fork it becomes another stabbing utensil.
Yes.
I mean, well, what is that thing called? Because there's a barbecue utensil that is that. What it's
a fork.
Yeah.
Is it called a fork?
Yeah.
Is it a barbecue fork?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jinx.
Oh,
Both were talking the same thing.
We did it in stereo.
Dear God. Hang on a second. Some people are calling with their oldest utensils, believe it or not. I'll go to Brian. Hey, Brian, good morning.
What? All right.
Sorry.
It's okay. I couldn't quite make it
like
out.
Billy
I was going to respond with something, and I didn't know what to
You
respond
can
with.
give him a yoo-hoo if you want. Yoo-hoo. All right. What's up, Brian?
No, so I have my great grandmother's cast iron skillet.
Oh,
wow.
How old do you think that thing is?
Oh, it's at least 125 years old.
Is that what you used to beat her to death?
Is it still
But
used?
It makes the best fried chicken. I can tell you that much.
Okay.
I have no doubt, man.
All right.
Those are coveted.
Yeah. Our buddy Cast Iron Kyle. Good Lord, I can't say it.
Kayak.
He
Cast iron kayak.
people will spend a lot of money on cast iron skillets.
Sure. From a cooking level, Preston, is that?
I don't use them that often. I have, and I need to more, but they take a while to heat up, and I never really think about it because I'm usually in a hurry to make dinner.
Yeah.
But I need to because cooking like steaks and things like that in those are better. Definitely. All right. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate it. Let me go to Rob. By the way, I'm now using the chopsticks to answer the phone calls.
Good.
I didn't realize this is actually very convenient. Rob, you're on the air. Good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me well?
Yeah. Yes. What's up, buddy?
So I just thought it was kind of weird how it all tied in together. So I was thinking the oldest item might be my family's ice cream scooper. It's the one where you have to kind of shake it. I don't know if it's like salt water or something that's in there, but that's supposed to help with the thermal to scoop it out easily.
It's got a liquid inside of it.
Yeah, in the handle itself, and you have to shake it vigorously. So it predates the shake weight, but I was doing the same motion as a child.
What?
Don't take that the wrong way.
I've never seen this. Yeah. So and the idea is, what is the idea of having the liquid in the scooper?
Something about shaking it helps distribute. You kind of scoop it the first couple times, and it gets really cold. And it's man, it's not really cutting into the ice cream easily. So you just got to shake it a lot, and then it kind of either warms it up or it disperses the cold.
I wonder if it's some kind of friction that takes place.
We're looking at something here that says original ice cream scooper, liquid-filled handle for easy scooping. I never saw that.
And so this goes back in your family for a ways, Rob?
It might be older than me, and I'm only 31 years young.
All right, man. That's pretty wild. I'm going to have to check into that.
Appreciate it, Rob.
Yeah. Real quick, if I can.
Sure.
I just wanted to know, am I the only kind of person out there when I'm serving ice cream to others, I serve myself last. So after I fill my bowl, I use that ice cream scooper, get a half scoop, and I just pop that right in the mouth.
Okay, so if you're finishing off with it and you're the last person, yes, you can use the scooper for your own mouth.
Yeah, if you're going to throw that in the sink.
Didn't know if anyone else was out there who was like that.
No.
Thank you so much.
Following proper ice cream
thanks,
protocol.
Rob. See ya.
Yeah.
All right, so, well, I didn't think about that.
All right.
You could do that. Use the scooper. Lick it.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw something quickly at you.
Yeah.
Cones. Waffle.
I'm a cake cone guy.
Cake cone?
Always have been.
Yeah. Cake cones the same thing as sugar cones?
No.
Cake cones are not.
Cake cones are kind of the flavorless ones, the standard.
Yeah,
if you get soft serve, it's usually in a cake cone,
flaky almost.
Yeah,
Waffle
exactly.
Cones, you
I
get
like those.
more ice cream in it.
I want more just flavor of the ice cream as opposed to the sugar cone or waffle cones. But that's just my personal preference. So.
If you're getting a lot, if you're getting a huge amount, if you're getting the place serves generously, the waffle cone will protect you.
There are some interesting ones. There are like pretzel cones.
You know what?
Yeah, I think they're a little gimmicky.
You're in it for the ice cream at that point.
Yeah.
Don't distract me with the other flavors.
If I'm doing soft serve, I will go with the regular cone. Because I just feel like there's no thingy at the bottom for the ice cream to melt through.
Okay.
Yeah, so that works the best. So if you're going to do like a Core Brothers or...
Now, when we pick up drumsticks, which are regular in my household, it's a sugar cone.
Right.
And at the bottom of it is a big nugget of chocolate.
What a wonderful addition that is.
And and you know what it's for? It's because when they didn't have those, by the time you got to the bottom, the ice cream was melting and making the bottom of the cone soft.
A nightmare.
And you take a bite and it would squish through that. So what they do, they put a chocolate plug in there.
Genius, and it's
Brilliant.
Delicious, and it's a little treat at the end of your already existing treat.
Yeah, but I will say, and I do have a little bit of a complaint about the drumstick because I like the Core drumsticks.
They're good.
They don't put so when you do the variety pack, they have two.
Come on,
don't
You're with
have
friends. It out. You're with friends.
They have too many non-core in the variety pack.
You got to suck this to the core.
Do more of the caramel core in the variety pack. More caramel core and then less of the fudge core and zero of the no core.
Sounds like a K-pop band. We're caramel core.
Yeah. But you know what I'm talking about. The caramel core ones are the best.
In the variety pack, though,
yeah,
you got to deal with it's a variety.
Caramel core.
Can you just you can't just get caramel core?
Well, I want a little bit of a variety.
But you want more caramel.
I want more core.
More
caramel core.
Core.
Wait, how many? There are 8 cones in a variety pack. But there's only 3 different varieties.
Yeah.
So that math is off.
It is.
Yeah. So one.
Why not do 9?
Thank you.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So somebody's getting stiffed on a cone.
And it's the one that Casey wants more
You
of.
son of a
I
bitch.
want more of it.
So you would have to essentially
son of a
buy
bitch.
3 variety packs with the hope that it might even out.
Right?
Yeah, that's horse crap.
I think we start protesting.
Yeah, I say we start doing that now.
I say we take a break.
All right, I think we should do that. Sorry, I just wanted to bring up the fact that Nick eats ice cream with a fork.
Occasionally. Not always.
And I thought it was...
Don't label me.
I thought it was odd and different, but you know what? I'm speaking out of turn because I've never done it myself.
No.
Give it a shot.
What do you want me to do, Case?
I just wanted to mention that Shane eats his Kraft mac and cheese with a spoon.
Okay.
Also, if you guys are doing Kraft mac and cheese, I highly suggest you either take up...
Salsa.
No.
Right?
No.
Okay.
Crumple up either Cheez-Its or Goldfish and mix that into your Kraft mac and cheese.
Mix it or just sprinkle it on the top?
You just mix it in.
Okay.
You're the barbarian.
It starts with you sprinkling on the top, but then you're going to want some in every bite.
Okay.
So you mix that in, bro.
Fair enough.
Uh-huh.
And then dip your drumstick in it.
Yeah.
Ooh, hang on a
Imagine
second.
drumstick with just mac and cheese on top of it. All right, anyhow, thank you. Stupid conversation. We have them from time to time.
Well,
We're going to
Kathy
break.
asked me, we talked about it.
We're going to come back in a moment. We are about an hour away from your next shot of winning $1,000 with Good Morning Ed, but we'll return with some other stuff. Stay with us.
On 93.3 WMMR.
Thank you very much, Kath. So not only today's MMR's birthday, but it's another very important organization's birthday. It is the Make-A-Wish Foundation birthday, and it was 44 years ago that it came into creation.
Yeah.
Which is pretty wild, man.
I can remember when everything sort of kicked in, and it seems like it's been around forever. Obviously, this is a nice, healthy run.
Yeah, there was a boy named Christopher, 7 years old, and was battling leukemia and wanted to be a police officer. And on April 29th, 1980, the community came together and made it happen. Just 3 days after experiencing that joy of his wish coming true, he passed away, but he got to have this wonderful thing enter into his life. I'm getting choked up thinking about it.
I remember it on the news.
yeah.
I remember back then it got a lot of news coverage, did it not? Yeah.
Yeah, it did. So we are going to welcome, in honor of Make-A-Wish Day, here we have the president and CEO of Make-A-Wish Philadelphia, Delaware, and Susquehanna Valley, Jennifer Davis, who is joining us.
Everybody.
And also we have a Make-A-Wish kid herself. And I'm going to destroy your last name. I'm going to do my best here. Sydney Sorrencione?
Chincione.
Hey! Thanks for being here, Sydney.
You're welcome.
And happy birthday to the organization, by the way.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having us.
Our pleasure. So with this, we've been doing the World Wish Month toy drive. MMR has been promoting this, and people can donate a toy because that's part of the whole wish process. I mean, it's not just the event or whatever they're going to be getting as a wish. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, so from start to finish, when a child receives their wish, it's about 11 months from referral to wish granted. And so we have some really amazing wish granting volunteers who partner with our wish kids to discover their wish and see them through that wish process. And throughout that process, to keep their excitement up and their anticipation of the wish up, they send them little gifts in the mail. And so thank you to the WMMR listeners for supporting us in that and sending lots of toys our way so we can make each and every wish very special.
Still going on?
It's still going on through the month of April.
Through the month of April, so you still have time, and the link is through PresidentSteve.com and WMMR.com.
Yes, sir.
And so let me ask you something. I think, and it's kind of a perception that I think a lot of people have about Make-A-Wish. Initially, when it started, at least to many, the perception was these were all terminal people. But that is not the case anymore, is it?
Yeah, I think, due to advancements in medicine and technology, our kids are living into adulthood and thriving. Sydney's a perfect example of that. And so, yeah, it's not necessarily a final wish. About 80% of our kids go on to live into adulthood. And the wish is more than just a nice thing to do. It does inspire hope. It gives them something to look forward to and work towards.
I would say that, anyone I know, like when I had prostate cancer years ago, and I would talk to guys about, hey, every reason to be encouraged. The truth of the matter is, something like this is great medicine. It's great treatment. This having this something to look forward to and this happiness, it's just as important as anything else, I would hazard a guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you think about the devastating impact on a child's mental health and their family's well-being, this offers a reprieve from all of the difficult times that they have.
Yeah.
All right, Sydney, what is your story for those who don't know, and what came into your life and created you being a Make-A-Wish kid?
Yeah, so about 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with stage 3 Hodgkin's lymphoma, and it was very much a whirlwind. I was just had like a swollen lymph node on my face, and a year later they told me I had cancer, and then I was, staged and had a treatment plan within a couple weeks. And so while I was going through my treatment, we were approached by Make-A-Wish, and they told me that I was eligible for a wish, and told me to start planning and to get excited about, having something to do.
What kind of parameters is the sky's the limit, or what are you told you can realistically think about asking for?
Really, I really wanted to be on Preston and Steve. And they told me that I couldn't.
You wouldn't, yeah.
That was my wish, but they said no. No, they, I thought about a car. They don't do motorized vehicles.
Okay.
I thought about different people to meet. It's a lot to think about, to be like, what's like the one thing you want to do?
Yeah.
So it was, a little overwhelming, but in a good way. Exciting to think about something else when cancer takes over so much of your mind all the time.
Yeah. Do you end up reviewing other people's wishes to see how they went?
I did afterward. I've met a lot of really cool people since being a part of Make-A-Wish. And I've met kids who, one kid wanted to go to Italy and he met the Pope. And I was like, that's a dope wish. That's awesome. That's a great idea.
Steve, my nephew was a recipient, and when my brother and sister-in-law were asking him what he wanted, my brother Adam was like, you can kind of shoot for the stars here, kid. And Luke, my nephew, was like, well, I've always really wanted like some new furniture and a paint in my bedroom. And Adam's like, well, that's nice. And ultimately, that's all he wanted, So like, it really is whatever the kid wants. It's whatever the wish recipient wants. And so that's why Make-A-Wish is great, because they will try to make get the kid to meet the Pope, or there were some children from Philadelphia. They were able to meet Pedro Pascal down in Disney World last year, which was really cool at the Star Wars exhibit. So it really runs the gamut. And that's why Make-A-Wish, one of the reasons why Make-A-Wish is so fantastic, is that they field all of these wishes and do their best to try to accommodate them.
I'm going to throw this into any potential recipient. Have the Pope paint your bedroom.
Oh, that could be good. That could be good.
There you go.
So what'd you go with?
So we ended up going to Hawaii.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I regret nothing. It was great.
Wow.
Yeah, it was amazing. We went in January. Me and my dad and my sister went for, I think it was 8 days.
Oh, phenomenal.
And to you at that time, in the height of dealing with everything, what did that do for you? How did that move you along?
So it was so great to just have something to look forward to have, something to give me hope in that time. We did do a video with Make-A-Wish, an interview, which is on their website if you want to look more into my story. They filmed us before our trip and after it, where we talk a little bit more about it. But, just having something to look forward to, like, cancer takes over so much of your mind, and it's such an isolating experience. And having people who understand what you're going through, and having people who are supporting you and rooting for you and trying to make something good out of all the bad that's happening is really impactful.
It's the isolation that really ends up driving because everyone thinks, oh, I don't know, and I don't know what to do. And the second another voice steps up and says, I've been there, and it's like, for every voice that chimes in, the percentage of worry drops. Yeah. And then you can, and then having this to look forward to. Hawaii ain't no, it ain't no, furniture and painting is pretty cool, but Hawaii's Hawaii. Yeah.
Sydney, how old were you, when you were diagnosed?
I was 17.
17.
Yep.
And Jennifer, what's the what are the parameters for wishes? How old?
Yeah, kids have to be 18 at the time of diagnosis.
18
That's
or
the
under.
Cutoff. That's correct.
Gotcha. Yeah, because you got to put a deadline
Obviously,
somewhere.
yeah.
You
You only have so many resources.
How do people make this happen for themselves, or people that in their lives that have cancer? Is it just cancer, or what else? It's all kinds of life-threatening.
A number of life-threatening illnesses fall under the criteria for Make-A-Wish, and so you can go to our website to check that out. Our website is wish.org/PHILDESV. And there's a place where you can refer. Most of our kids come through our hospital partners, but you can also self-refer. So if you go on and check out and you see your child or someone in your life may have a diagnosis that qualifies, you can go ahead and refer them for a wish.
And Jennifer, we should note, Make-A-Wish is a national organization, of course, but these wishes get fulfilled locally, right? So that's why it's so important to help support the local chapter of Make-A-Wish.
Thank you for bringing that up. Yes, we are a local 501c3, so all of the wishes that we grant, which were 330 last year, we pay for locally. So we rely on our donors and supporters to make that magic happen. So yeah, you can check out our website for that as well.
I mentioned Christopher, who this whole thing got started with. I love those when like groups of people come together. The one I think of is the Batman, the Bat Boy,
made into a documentary.
My God, that was just the best, man. And you guys can do the groundwork to try and pull stuff like that off. I mean, it's obviously a trip to Hawaii takes some planning and some money, but there's some creative ones that I'm sure that you guys become a part of.
Yeah, just recently we flew a kiddo out to California to meet with the folks at Netflix where he pitched a show idea.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Cool. Yeah, so
Oh, my goodness.
The kids are very creative and we come across some really cool and unique wishes.
Wow.
And our buddy Nick Murphy has been doing some work with you guys, and Nick shot this lovely young lady who wanted to be a YouTube star, and just spent the day with her. And so it was really cool to see Nick's involvement with Make-A-Wish locally because he does such a great job with the video shoots.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, today is World Wish Day. And if you want to donate to become a wish maker, you can go to wish.org, as Jennifer was saying. And we'd also like you to go to PrestonandSteve.com and donate a toy. And that's till the end of the month. So we're running out of time on that. Anything else you guys want to mention before we wrap here?
No, thank you so much for having us. And thank you for your support. We really appreciate it.
It's our pleasure. Thank you, Jennifer. And Sydney, thanks for sharing the story. We appreciate it.
You're so welcome.
All right. And she's wearing a cool Queen shirt.
Yeah, you see that. Very nice.
All right,
Yeah.
round of applause for Make-A-Wish. Philadelphia, Delaware, Susquehanna Valley as well. Oh, yeah, I got to play a little Wish song. Oh, it just ended.
Yeah, it was a great song.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Well,
Let's all remember what a great song it was.
It was I Wish from Stevie Wonder. It's a great tune. So I was going to mention something else here because we have a little bit of time left, and a reminder that we are going to get to another chance for you to win money with Good Money It.
Are you debuting a new character?
No, I am not.
The Mentioner?
Debuting a new character this morning. No, not at all. But
Okay, it's not like you have a lot.
I saw this and thought this was kind of interesting. And we hear these come out from time to time. The new research reveals the most popular grandparent nicknames.
All right, your name for your grandparent or your grandparent's nickname for you?
Your name for your grandparent.
Come on, you old turd.
Yeah, the old turd is not on them, but I have the most popular ones and I have some interesting ones. So you guys go with grandmom.
That's
what your mother is called.
Both grandmoms. Hi, grandmom. On either side. So my mother-in-law and my mother are both grandmoms.
Steve, what did you call your grandparents?
My grandmothers were Nan,
and
Grandma.
Okay.
So my dad's mother was Grandma and Nan or Nanny. But
what about the grandfathers too? Because they're on this list as well.
God, Grandpa. Yeah,
Grandpa?
never met my grandpa on my mother's side. He died when my mother was like 10.
Okay. Kathy, did you guys have any interesting distinctions for grandparents?
We had Nana and Pop were the Irish grandparents. Nanny was my Italian grandmother. And then whoever she was with at the time, we just called him by his first name.
Your family's the best.
What about...
So your name's Jimmy. What's the last name? Hendricks? Okay, yeah.
All right.
What about Jace? What does he call grandparents?
So he called, this one is interesting. He calls my mom and dad Ma and Ba.
Ma and Ba. I've actually heard Ba before.
Okay.
Ba?
Yeah.
I done pass a miss alive.
That's what you call your grandma? Pass a miss. Yeah. All right. So Ba. And he kind of made those up on his own?
Those were pretty much on his own. Yeah. Ba was definitely on his own. Ma was, so there were cousins in the family that called my mother Ma because when they were babies, they would always hear us yell for her. Ma!
Yeah.
So her name became Ma, and it just kind of like, I don't even know if I think she may have chosen that. And then he just turned my dad's name into Ba, Ma and Ba. So
yeah, that makes sense.
We went with it.
Yeah, why not? Nick, how about you?
So my grandparents were grandma and grandpa, and then mom and pop-up, which I think are fairly standard. But then I've talked about this before. Ben called my mom, calls my mom Gum Gum. And my dad is Bawpa Tom. His other grandfather is Bawpa Jim.
I love that.
Bawpa?
Yeah, BAWPAW. Kind of like
Grandpa.
Jace. Kind of like, Bach kind of came out of nowhere. And so, yeah, I don't exactly know how we got there. And then Gum Gum, I think it's just like when he's 2 or 3 and learning how to speak, that was grandma became Gum Gum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I had no idea that you called your grandmother.
You know what's funny in our family, though, is that my niece and nephews call my parents Grammy and Grampy, which is fairly standard.
I've heard that.
But different than what my son calls them. So in one part of the family, they have one set of names, and in another part of the family, it's different names.
Casey, in the clip that you play of baloney.
Oh, my God.
They are in Weird Science.
He doesn't stand for baloney.
Yeah, Chet goes to the cabinet, he opens them up, and they're frozen in there. He just goes, hi, Nanny. Hi, Grampy.
I just bought that movie and watched it over the weekend. Yeah.
Hi, Nanny. Hi, Grampy.
Hi, Grampy.
So in my family, I had different names for the paternal and maternal grandparents. So on my dad's side, it was Granny and Grandpa.
Granny and Grandpa.
And Granny was definitely a granny.
Yeah.
For sure. Just like, straight up looked like a granny. And then on my mom's side, it was Mama and Papa.
Okay.
So we had 2 distinct different names. So when your kids say grandmom, do they have to designate which grandmom?
No. I mean, because they're very rarely in the same room together. Hi, Grandmom.
Okay.
Do you have to do the big thing before that, though? Hi,
Grandmom.
That's how they.
Just say grandma.
Yeah. All right, so the most popular nicknames, they surveyed 1,500 Americans across the country. The most popular nicknames for grandma and grandpa, what would you guys guess? What would you think?
I'm going to go with the old faithful, like grandma and grandpa.
Yeah, you would think so, right?
The OGs.
It's Nana and Poppy.
Nana and Poppy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You know any Nonas?
Yeah.
My buddy Jeff's he's Nona.
Okay.
Well, his mom is Nona.
That's the Italian grandma, right? Yeah.
Or Noni.
Nona.
How about Sidalong Conca?
Yeah.
Nana is the top choice in 12 states with Grammy, Granny, and Gran tied for second.
Yeah, I know a lot of grands.
Grandmother may sound old school, but it's still number 1 in several states, including Vermont and Hawaii.
Oh, grandmother.
Grandmother. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Grandmother. Right?
Grandmother.
Oh, my goodness.
Grandmother. Grandmater.
Is there a way you can pull up the full clip?
Oh, yeah.
I apologize. I do like to hear that from time to time. In 4 states, Arizona, California, Florida, and Texas, the top word for grandmother is abuela.
Abuela.
Which is Spanish
for
grandmother. So, yeah, Arizona, California, Florida, and Texas. That is...
Hi, Grandmom.
What's abuelita?
Abuelita? I don't know.
Maybe that's
Have you heard that?
Child. Yeah, because that could be Lita, like the little.
Yeah, maybe.
Like grandchild.
With the battle angel?
Grandchild.
I thought it was referring to a grandmother.
Oh, granny.
Granny. Okay,
Granny.
so it's just a different way of saying abuela.
As for grandpas, Papa wins in 13 states, while Pop is number 1 in 7 states.
Pop. A couple of friends called their grandparents Pop,
including
you as well, Nick?
Pennsylvania's number 1.
Yep. My mom's parents were Mum and Pop.
Okay.
But it's spelled Pop, but we said Pop.
You'd say Pop, almost like P-U-P?
Yeah. But spell it when writing a Christmas card, P-O-P.
Same with us. Hi, Grandmom. Second verse.
That's it.
Same as the first.
Granddad is the top choice in several states, including Virginia, Georgia, and South Carolina. Grandfather. Abuelo is most popular nickname in California, Florida, Nevada, and New Mexico.
I like the way Abuelo sounds.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah.
Hang on, I got a couple of calls here. I'm going to go to Nicole. Hi, Nicole.
Good morning,
Hey, good morning to see you. What's up, Nicole?
Okay, so first of all, you mentioned Nona. My mom is Nona to my kid.
Nona.
But what I was calling about, my husband's grandmother, whom I never met, was called Gummy by her grandkids, and she hated it.
Gummy? Jesus, sounds like some sort of dental condition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, gingivitis.
You're the closest you're the first person of that group that's going to lose their teeth.
Yeah.
And to be called Gummy is just cruel, I think.
Hey, impotent.
And she hated it, but she couldn't, I guess, bear to ask them to call her something different.
Oh, no, she did, but they just wouldn't. So,
Wow.
yeah, it just stuck.
Gummy is a tough one, yeah. Yeah.
Gummy. Yeah, that would suck if you're stuck with something you hate.
Lee Kane.
Yeah. My mother, our kids call her Gigi.
Gigi, I've heard.
And then, what do they call Rochelle's parents? I always call them Grandma Butch and Grandma Verna and Grandpa Butch. But then they kind of push the Mama and Papa thing. But I don't know if the kids actually call
Dude, I'd
them
love
that
to
or
have a
not.
Grandma Butch. That'd be so good.
Grandma Butch.
Yeah. That's my name.
That would be awesome.
How'd you
wouldn't
do
it?
on your grades? It's $5.
That's my grandma, Butch.
Don't blow it on booze.
Yeah.
You little dummy.
My God.
Let's go to Ryan. Hey, Ryan, good morning.
Hey, Preston, Maryland, and Steve.
Hey. Old school. What's up, buddy?
Old school because 21 years ago, my grandmother, or his grandmother, came up with a name for herself, Babe. So that
Babe?
kids, when they were 20, 21 years old, would be calling her Babe out in public.
Oh, like the pig. Okay.
It led to my son's most embarrassing moment in school when they were talking about grandparents, and in the middle of class, he called her Babe, and everyone looked at him like he was crazy.
Has anyone else, to the best of your knowledge, used Babe as a... it sounds sort of familiar to me as a grandparent name, but are you the only people you know who use Babe?
Never heard it before.
Okay. All right.
Straight up, I've told you guys, my
Thanks,
grandkids, if I ever end up having any, they're going to call me Dude.
Dude.
They're going to call you Dude.
Yep.
Okay.
What about sugar teas?
I would be okay with that.
Glam Mom is becoming more popular now.
The Lamb Mom?
Glam Mom.
I wouldn't do that.
No.
It sounds like a Real Housewives thing.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
My kids call me Grandmom.
So
Glam.
give me a scenario what it would sound like if they were calling you Dude, like
Dude, can I have some goldfish?
okay, so
Yeah.
something like that.
Absolutely.
I don't know if I'd be able to handle that.
Your dude is on the phone.
Yeah.
He wants to say hi.
I want respect.
I wouldn't even say your dude. I would just be like, hey, Dude's on the phone. You know? Yeah.
So it would replace your name. Yeah, I guess so, because they might say like Grandpa's on the phone.
How about Jimmy?
Dude's on the phone.
Yeah.
Jimmy. You can call me Jimmy.
Jimmy!
Yeah.
Jimmy's on the phone.
Let's go to, and by the way, I have some other examples here in a second. I'm going to go to John. John, good morning.
Morning.
Morning to see you, John. What's up, bud?
Not much. I was wanted to tell you my grandparents' names. My grandmother, we called her Babci, which is Polish.
Oh.
And then my grandpa was Pop-Up. But my mom to my nieces is Honey.
Honey. Interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of odd.
Yeah. Hey, honey.
Hey, honey.
I don't disagree.
Yeah.
Yeah. And was that a directive from Honey herself, or did the kids make it up?
So my sisters and my mom decided that.
Okay.
Hey, honey, why don't you work that adult diaper ass out over here?
Dude, God. Oh, my God. Thanks, John. Appreciate it. Here are some trendy names, popular trendy nicknames for grandmother. Gigi, which is what my mom went with. Nana, Mimi.
Mimi is another one.
Mm-hmm. We mentioned Gran. That's one of them. BB. I want to say I've heard BB before.
As in the gun?
B-I-B-I.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Is BB Jewish?
Booby is.
Booby is.
But BB is Benjamin Netanyahu's nickname.
Oh,
true. Yeah.
Okay. And
that's what I want my kids to call my grandkids to call
Benjamin
me.
Netanyahu.
Benjamin Netanyahu.
Hey, Benjamin Netanyahu's on the phone.
Benjamin Netanyahu.
Side note about that guy. You know he has a Philadelphia accent because he was educated here?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
He's got a Philly accent.
He sure does. Yeah. His English and his English is fairly flawless.
Wow.
And he speaks with a Philly accent. Anyway, back to grandpa.
Did not know that. Back to grandpa. Now, the last one on this list of trendy grandmother names is Momo.
Momo.
I can't go with Momo.
Momo sounds like a kind of like a swamp creature.
Yeah.
There was
I saw Momo the other night.
There was
He was eating my chickens.
a ride at Six Flags called Momo the Monster.
There we go. I guess that's why I'm associating with it.
So, yeah, it was kind of like that big, it looks like a giant octopus kind of thing.
What about
spins you around?
Mau Mau, Papa Umau Mau.
Papa Umau Mamau. All right, speaking of the papas, the popular trending nicknames for grandfathers include Poppy, Pops, Pappy.
Pappy. Yeah, Pappy, absolutely.
Grandpappy.
Yeah.
G-Pa.
G-Pa.
Like Grandpa?
Not Grandpa. G-Pa.
Yeah.
How about GP?
Grand Dude. Casey.
Hey!
Grand Dude.
That's cool.
Okay.
I just like, dude, too many syllables. Because what ends up happening when you have too many syllables and then the kid can't say it, and then next thing you know,
It's morphed
into something else because it's cute the way the little 2-year-old
I think,
says
though,
it.
if you make it hard, then you say, you can only speak to me when you can say my name.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that.
And there we go. That buys you a couple of years.
And then Papa is it says
Papa.
trendy. So I don't know.
What is that?
Papa.
Every time I hear the name Papa Roach, I always think Papa.
Yeah.
But I don't know what that's from.
Well, I know it doesn't originate from this, but in Stranger Things, 11 calls Matthew Modine's character Papa. She says it like that a lot of times.
I think of Papa as a father, not a grandfather.
Yeah.
Like, and yeah, even if I call somebody Pop or Papa, I don't go 2 generations up. I just go
So
one.
Papa don't preach. It's not her grandfather she's talking
about her
to.
dad.
Yeah.
Here's a text says, Kathy and Nick, your kids' names for their grandfathers, B for P, is a process of speech development, and then the names just stuck.
Yeah, so for Jace, when he says Ba, or when Ben said Bawpaw, it was the B that started. I guess it was easier for to say as a kid than a P.
Although that Jace wasn't that young when he started calling him Ba, right?
He's 31.
He was 1.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, but it wasn't that. It was because jokingly my family calls my dad Bob because my dad's name is Robert. No one in his entire life has ever called him Bob. So as a joke, people will say Bob. So we think he shortened it to Bob.
Oh. What does he go by? Does he go by Robert?
No, he goes by brother.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah. So if you call him anything other than brother, we're like, they don't know him that well.
So my mom goes by sister.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Really?
Yeah, we had this-
So how did that come about?
She was the oldest.
Oh.
And so she was just always sister. And even to the extent where my grandmother, her mom, what are we doing here?
Not making a mistake.
When you're trying to make love to a senior citizen, you got to take some Viagra.
Oh, my God.
There's a whole mess going on down there in those pantaloons. It's like spending a weekend in a deli refrigerator.
Like, what are we doing here? Making a mistake.
Anyway.
Trust me, you don't want to get anywhere near that kind of roadkill.
So my mom was called sister to the extent that her own mother, my grandmother, would call her sister. They didn't call her Gloria.
Interesting.
Her name was sister.
Yeah, that's
it
how
just became the name.
My grandmother would say to my dad's, younger sister, go find brother.
Yeah.
And so she would call him brother.
Lassie,
and then that's,
go find brother.
So he's uncle brother to some. He's cousin brother. It's weird.
Uncle brother.
I don't know. Do you have like a glossary of terms as you're walking to the house?
Yeah. Here's your
Yeah. It's like Dune, Preston.
When you come over.
Yeah, totally. All right, I'm going to go to Jim. Hey, Jim, morning, bud.
Good morning.
What's up, man?
Jimmy! Listen, my departed wife and my departed
Mother-in-law?
sister-in-law
Okay, sister-in-law.
said that they wanted to be known as Meme. And that's the way the kids call
Meme, M-I-M?
M-I-M.
Okay.
So my neighbor next door to me was starting to have grandchildren. And before the first one was born, she came to me and she said, would you mind if I used Addie's grandmother name? And I said, no, it would be an honor.
Yeah, nice little tribute.
Sure.
Okay.
Why are you bothering me?
Meme. Never heard that before.
It's just so crazy. That's why I figured I'd bother you.
No.
Stop bothering me.
Meme is actually, I've heard the variations on that. I think that's kind of a warm sounding Meemaw.
All right, thanks, Jim. I appreciate it. Well, here's one that goes right into that. I'm going to go to Carolyn. Hey, Carolyn, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Awesome. All right, so which grandparents are we talking about here?
We're talking actually about ourselves.
Oh, okay.
So you've named did you apply your own names?
We did.
Okay.
All right. And what'd you go with?
We went with Marmee, M-A-R-M-E-E,
Okay.
and Mac.
And Mac. Marmy and Mac.
It sounds like a bad movie about an alien.
Mac and Mac. I was thinking a husband and wife comedy team. Marmy and Mac.
They come from the planet Marmy. This is Mac.
Why'd you now? Your name is Carolyn. Why Marmy?
Well, so my son is in the Navy and he's in Japan, and he married a Filipino girl. And in trying to connect with us, she told me she loves Louisa May Alcott's Little Women.
Okay. All right.
And they called their mother Marmy.
Oh.
And so I thought, okay, let's give us an Americanized name for the kids, because the grandparents on her side, the Filipinos, they're Lolo and Lola.
Yep.
Lolo and Lola.
Those are nice too. Yeah.
So I thought, okay, they could be Lolo and Lola, and we'll be Marmy. And then my husband came up with Mac.
Okay.
Yeah, he wasn't having any of that Little Women stuff, was he?
I like that.
So that's what we got. And I know I've read that some women are now using that as grandmother, but it's very
No kidding.
So is it do you think it's more common for grandparents to request their naming, or is it something that evolves naturally by what the kids eventually call them?
I think it's
I think it's usually evolved naturally.
Okay.
But we just decided, since they're so far away,
Yeah.
we had to come up with something. They weren't going to be speaking to us because
Right.
we're not around.
You don't want Hey You. Yeah.
All right.
No, we didn't want Hey You. No.
Interesting. Thanks, Carolyn. Never heard of that before. Marmy and Mac. That's unique. Let's go to Jen. Hey, Jen, good morning. Hi, Jen. You're on. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't have this. I didn't have you turned up. Now you're on the air. Hi, Jen.
Oh, hi, good morning. I'll repeat it again. Carson Daly's still a tool.
There we go. Still. All right. Your grandparents or your grandparents, it says.
Yeah, so on my dad's side, I had my grandma. On my mom's side, I had my mom and papa because they're from South Philly. But my great-grandparents on my mom's side, so my great-grandfather went by Jaju. He's from Poland.
Jaju?
And then my Jaju, yep. DZU, Jaju.
Wow.
Yes. And Babshi.
Babshi as well. Okay.
that, yeah.
I like that Babshi. It sounds like a dessert, like a pastry. 2 Babshis, please.
Let me tell you, she was.
Would you like us to warm that up for you?
Too, but I was devastated when I found out that other people's great grandparents weren't named Babshi and Jaju. I just thought it was a thing. But
Sure,
apparently
yeah.
it's a Polish thing.
I do like those.
Interesting. All right, Jen, thank you. Appreciate it. There's some other really unique ones here. I'm going to go to Allie. Hi, Allie. Good morning.
Good morning, Ed.
Good morning to see you, Allie. All right, you had one to share with us.
Yeah, so my dad to my kids is Cheesy Pop.
Cheesy Pop.
Yes.
How did that come about?
His last name or my maiden name was Cheesin.
Cheesin.
Ah,
And so
Cheesy Pop.
All
There we
right.
go.
I like it. Does he like it?
Oh, he loves it. Actually, his dad before him was also Cheesy Pop.
Oh, well, that makes it nice. Okay, thank
Case,
you.
would you consider, besides Dude, what if you and Diane became Tango and Cash?
Oh, okay. Hang on. Well, who would be Tango? Who would be
You could pick
Cash?
it out, right?
Yeah, you two could work that out.
Yeah.
But Tango and Cash. Now that's a great idea.
There you go.
Take a famous duo
Yes.
and use those names. That's
There you
a
go.
brilliant idea. I like that. Let me go to, we got to wrap up here. I'm going to go to Barry. Hey, Barry, good morning.
Hi, Grandma.
All right, Barry.
Hi, Grandmom.
What do you want to share with us?
So my dad used to call me and my brothers Bucky when we were younger, just as like an old nickname.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to get our attention. So my oldest brother, when he had his first kid, reversed the roles and now has his kids calling my dad Bucky.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And Bucky, obviously, with the Captain America connection. But Bucky is always, to me, always been a warm sounding, friendly name.
Yeah, and when the kids were too super young and they couldn't really say the whole thing, I'm saying this with a B, they would just call him Buck. Yo, Buck.
There you go.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
Yeah.
When you have,
Works out.
sometimes you
Thanks,
can end up
Barry.
with a nightmare situation. I've told you guys before that my Uncle Jack, I was too young to say Jack, and for some reason, I took out the J and A and replaced it with the CO.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. I kid you
called
not.
him that?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And they would have a big chuckle.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyhow, the most popular grandparent names, according to this particular survey that was done, turns out to be Nana and Poppy.
That's a little bit more exotic than I would have thought.
Yeah, but there are definitely some more interesting examples. What is this?
Can you see
From
me?
Yentl.
Papa.
Papa, can you find me in the night?
Kathy, Sings like you.
God.
Nana and Papa. All right, we do need to take a break because we want you to win $1,000. I hope you don't mind. We'll take a break, come back in a second, and we will get to Good Money It, and the Bizarre File coming up too. Stay put. We'll be right back.
Somebody.
93.3 WMMR. I'm all right. Another great song. It is getting close. We're about a minute away from 10 o'clock. So that means we have a second here to get our final look at traffic. And then your opportunity to win $1,000. So let's go ahead and get right into all that. Kathy, what's up in traffic?
Route 70 westbound, the off-ramp at 72. This is in Pemberton, closed because of police activity. The ramp to 4 Mile Road.
WMMR Philadelphia. It's time for a Good Money It keyword.
Let's get that to you. Your chance to win $1,000. You have to enter the word triple. TRIPLE. And we will give you until 15 minutes after the hour to enter that. 3 ways to do so. WMMR.com, the MMR app, or you can text it, the special contest short code number, which is 45911. One random entry wins $1,000 in the company-wide contest. Each winner gets a call from Beasley, so make sure you answer your phone. Contest rules available at WMMR.com and is sponsored by McLaughlin Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. So the word again is triple, TRIPLE. You got to enter that right now, and good luck to you.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you by Horizon. You can get $50 off same-day AC repair or up to $3,700 off a new system install. Need service today? Visit horizonservices.com. Well, a Houston restaurant employee is accused of sticking his genitals into open food items at a restaurant.
And that's illegal, right?
And possessing several videos of child pornography on his cell phone. Othello Lorenzo Holmes has been charged with 5 counts of possession of child pornography and indecent assault. But it's the restaurant thing that led them to find out about the pornography thing.
If only he'd stopped there.
The investigation was launched after a deputy arrived at the restaurant in downtown Houston to meet with the restaurant's manager. The manager showed deputies a video of Holmes placing his penis into open food items at the location. He reportedly confessed to putting his genitals in jelly.
Yeah.
Stating that he had, quote, a sexual urge. However, he stopped himself before he completed, so to speak. He also admitted to having these urges frequently and has a history of sexual offenses, saying that he has a problem with these sexual urges and needs help. It was not clear from the documents if this was his first time allegedly contaminating the food with his genitals. He was subsequently charged with indecent assault, which led to further investigation. He reportedly gave written consent to the forensics analysis of his cell phone. And investigators extracted over 100 images and 5 videos of child pornography. Holmes has worked at several restaurants in the area, and investigators believe Holmes may have done the same thing at a hotel restaurant where he once worked. So he was booked into the Harris County Jail on a $500,000 bond for the pornography cases.
On a different note, you're at a restaurant, a buffet restaurant. Like
what are you going to stick it in?
What do you go for first?
Something that's not hot,
right?
I would think. And something that is kind of gelatinous.
Pudding?
You know?
Pudding?
Yeah.
Or do you want something with a little bit more traction?
Yeah, a little bit more presence to it. So maybe some type of gelatin.
Or mashed potatoes?
Maybe mashed potatoes.
Oh, bread pudding.
Jello.
Bread pudding.
We'll talk off air about this.
All right.
Instead of mushrooms, Missouri morel hunters are finding dead bodies, or at least parts of them. And what has become a seemingly annual occurrence, human remains, some belonging to the people who've been missing for several years, are being found in secluded wooded areas by Missourians whose eyes are peeled for edible fungi. The unpleasant discoveries aren't common, but they're not rare. Twice this month, at the height of morel, how do you say it? Morel?
Morel, yeah.
Morel season. Those are mushrooms.
Into it. Yeah.
Including one case in southwest Missouri and another near Kansas City. Someone whose attention was locked on the ground found something completely unexpected. Investigators said that the body of a missing man was found, later identified as 37-year-old Curtis Goodwin, who disappeared in 2018. The sheriff's office is waiting reports from a forensics pathologist to determine the man's cause of death. Now, in Independence, a man on a trail came across a human skull on his morel hunt.
Jeez.
He reported the findings to authorities who are working to identify the remains. Unlike game hunters, whose eyes are often forward, morel hunters are paying extra attention to details in the dirt and grass and under their feet. And it doesn't appear to be a recent pattern. In 2017, someone started an online message board thread on Reddit with the headline, "Why do mushroom hunters seem to frequently find human remains?" that generated a lengthy discussion between dozens of posters. So in Missouri alone, let me give you a little timeline here, okay?
Right.
All right, so in April 2023, a mushroom hunter discovered human remains in a wooded area. In April 2020, that was Joan Giudice, who had been reported missing for months. In April 2023, a morel hunter found remains near a farm that were later identified as 28-year-old Skylar Ware, who had been reported missing for 3 years. In May 2022, mushroom hunters discovered an old hand-dug well full of water. When the mushroom hunters stuck a long stick inside of the well to determine its length, to their surprise, what appeared to be a human body emerged out of there. That was later identified as 6-year-old Kevin Rogers of Springfield. In April 2022, authorities said skeletal remains of a woman were found by a mushroom hunter in a wooded area, later identified as Nicole Cash. Her death was ruled a homicide. Her body had been reported in the woods for between 6 and 18 months. In April 2021, the remains of Deborah Brown hadn't been seen in years, found by a mushroom hunter. Authorities do not appear to have released a cause of death. May 2019, human remains were found that were later identified as Jason Artrip, who had reportedly been missing for 6 years. That was found by a mushroom hunter. In April 2018, authorities said a morel hunter found human remains that were later identified as Robert Crayson Stewart, reported no signs of foul play. In 2017, in April, 2 bodies were found. A mushroom hunter found human remains in a farm of a field later identified as Vincent J. Royal, who had been missing for 2 weeks, and the remains of 21-year-old Jessica Reunion was found by a morel hunter months after she was reported missing. She was determined to be a homicide victim as well.
So the only thing they're bringing to it is an intense looking down.
Yes.
Because they're looking for the mushrooms, and that's the only thing that distinguishes them from the other people that went out looking for the bodies.
Exactly. That they are looking so closely in such a fine detail that eventually they stumble across, and they're stumbling across them left and right.
I wonder if there's anything you can instruct or port to other areas around the country, but I think you need the incentive of the mushrooms.
All right, one last story. And this is a sad one, too, unfortunately. A 52-year-old woman died, and her climbing partner was seriously injured after they fell approximately 1,000 feet off of a mountain in Denali National Park in Alaska. The incident occurred Thursday night when, the two-person climbing team was scaling Mount Johnson, an 8,400-foot peak. The roped climbers were ascending a route known as the Escalator, a steep and technical alpine climb on the peak's southern face. Another climbing party on the route witnessed the fall and notified rangers. The responders dug a snow cave and attended to the surviving climber's injury throughout the night. The surviving climber, a 30-year-old woman from California, sustained serious traumatic injuries. 7 a.m. on Friday, the park's high-altitude rescue helicopter and 2 mountaineering rangers launched, but they had to the mountaineering ranger was short-hauled via long line and rescued the injured climber. The helicopter and 2 rangers returned to the accident site on Friday to recover the body of the deceased climber, but they were turned back due to bad weather, and they came back the next day. She was identified as Robbie Mikas of Keene Valley, New York, 52 years old. So, wow. That's some dangerous stuff.
That is wild.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of them this year, it seems like. That is what I have in the Bizarre File for you this morning. So you've got about 6 or 7 minutes left to enter the word triple. That is the MMR Good Money It giveaway contest word that we have now. So enter that now, triple, TRIPLE, to WMMR.com, the MMR app, or text it to 45911. Good luck to you. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. Stay with us. Tide 93.3 WMMR. Everything rocks. We go way, way back with that band.
Oh, yeah.
Here in Philadelphia. And they're going to be at the MM Barbecue. It's going to be nice to reunite with them. Haven't seen them in a long time. And you can see them as well because the tickets for MM Barbecue are on sale now. And not just Silver Tide, but Leap Theory, local band Jersey Calling, The Warning, Nothing More, Hailstorm, and The Offspring will all be playing that day. And we, of course, have the side stage and a bunch of other things that are taking place. So get your tickets, why don't you? So we're going to give something away with this lesson question. We have a 4-pack of tickets and pit party passes for the Monster Jam, which is this Saturday at Lincoln Financial Field. Nick, I'm going to go off the board here.
All right.
You gave me your suggestions, but I'm going to ask a different one here. Who is teaching the combat sports at Dilworth Plaza this summer? 215-263-WMMR. What was that instructor's name? 215-263-WMMR. Who's teaching the combat sports workout at Dilworth Plaza? They're doing free workouts this summer. 215-263-WMMR. If you know, call now.
The trash business is a gold mine. 93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
Brought to you by 80 Moyer Lumber Incorporated, trusted expert since 1939. 80 Moyer Lumber is your professional source for decks, windows, doors, kitchens, millwork, and more. So visit them on the web at admoyer.com. What's up this morning, Steve?
Well, Travis Kelce officially referred to Taylor Swift as his, quote, significant other at a charity gala in Las Vegas on Saturday night. The move reportedly bought him 6 more months before he ends up in a post-breakup revenge song.
Yeah.
37-year-old Kristen Cavallari was seen wrapped around new toy boyfriend, 22-year-old Mark Estes, at the Stagecoach Festival in Palm Springs. Estes was reportedly ecstatic because Cavallari had bought him a rubber rattlesnake.
Oh,
it's so cool. And finally, Caitlyn Jenner, showing no fear as she took on protesters outside the White House Correspondents' Dinner in D.C. on Saturday night. Caitlyn, wearing an elegant Vera Wang gown, pulled a street lamp out of the concrete and began swinging it at the crowd. That's your Hollywood.
All right, we'll see if anyone can answer this question. We need to find out who is running the combat sports at Dilworth Plaza this summer. 215-263-WMMR. We will go to Bob. See if we can get that answer. Yo, Bob, morning, bud.
Good morning to see you.
Good morning to see you. All right, who runs the combat sports?
That would be Chuck.
Chuck! You're right, Bob. Hang on a second. We are going to set you up. We got you a 4-pack of tickets and pit party passes for the Monster Jam this Saturday, May 4th, Lincoln Financial Field. It is the most heart-pounding monster truck event and experience you won't forget. Monster Jam, as big as it gets, and you can see it live at Lincoln Financial Field Saturday. Tickets on sale now via Ticketmaster. Let's do music news.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
Brought to you by Team Foster. Join Team Foster at Rough Ride Philly and raise funds to provide life-saving service dogs to injured and disabled veterans. And June 1st at the 23rd Street Armory. Info at roughride.org. That's RUFF ride.org. I got a few music news items to run by you.
Tidbits?
Yep. A federal judge in Manhattan dismissed for good a lawsuit accusing Steven Tyler of sexually assaulting a former teenage model twice in one day in the mid-'70s. U.S. District Judge Lewis Kaplan said Jeannie Bellino cannot recover damages from the 76-year-old Tyler under a 2000 New York City law protecting victims of gender-motivated violence. He said that it would be futile to file an amended complaint and dismissed Bellino's case with prejudice, meaning it cannot be brought again. Kaplan rejected an earlier complaint in February. Tyler has vehemently denied Bellino's allegations, which included that he assaulted her in a phone booth and later in a hotel during the summer of 1975 when she was 17. Bellino said that she encountered Tyler after a friend arranged for her to meet Aerosmith following a Manhattan fashion show. Kaplan said city law was not retroactive and that Bellino's battery claim would have expired on her 19th birthday. He said that 2 more recent laws, the Adult Survivors Act and Child Victims Act, did not revive Bellino's claim. The judge said the first law covered only people who were at least 18 when they became victims, and the second did not cover claims filed after August 2021. Bellino sued in November 2023, so it just doesn't qualify.
I mean, you're talking decades ago. Where do you even begin?
Yep, exactly. Smashing Pumpkins have recruited Kiki Wong as their new guitarist. On Friday, the band announced Wong, a Los Angeles-based musician who plays for the band Vigil of War, as their newest touring guitarist. Wong replaces guitarist Jeff Schroeder, who joined the Smashing Pumpkins in 2006, left the band in October 2023. They announced an open casting call for a new guitarist in early January. The band later said that it received over 10,000 submissions.
Wow.
And had 8 people working full-time to review each one. Billy Corrigan said it wasn't an easy decision. With how much great guitar playing we were lucky enough to hear and see over the past few months, I was a fan of Kiki's before she submitted her name to be considered, and it's great that someone of her acumen will be a part of our touring family.
Well, as they say, you can't go wrong.
Billy said, or she said, I can't wait to hit the road. No, he said, I can't wait to hit the road with Kiki as part of our mad circus. It's definitely an exciting moment for Smashing Pumpkins.
I'm curious to see what she's like.
I've only seen pictures of her. She's an attractive woman, but obviously she has to have the skill, so I'm sure she's a ripping guitarist. Wong will join Corrigan, Jimmy Chamberlain, James Iha, Jack Bates, and Katie Cole on Smashing Pumpkins' upcoming World is a Vampire tour. Blink-182 say one more time to reuniting for a summer tour with Tom DeLonge. The month-long trek will find the guys all over North America. Of course, they're going to be here in Philadelphia at the Wells Fargo Center on the 26th of July. Things kick off at the Kia Center in Orlando on June 20th and will span the U.S. and Canada before wrapping things up in Toronto on August 15th. As new production elements are being added to the tour, Blink guarantees this will be a brand new show. Fans can snag VIP packages through VIPNation.com, while tickets can be found on the band's website. So check that now. And I think this is, two more quick things. All right. Slipknot gave the fans exactly what they wanted and then some after co-headlining Sick New World in Las Vegas Saturday night. The band basically played a retrospective of songs from 20-plus years while rocking their original masks and signature red boiler suits. Slipknot's set paid special tribute to their early albums, focusing on their self-titled record in 1999, along with 2001's Iowa and 2004's Volume 3, The Subliminal Verses.
Symphony of Sick songs.
The metal musicians also slipped in favorites like Psychosocial.
So
and
sick.
Recent TikTok famous Custer. And, and Unstained. Yeah.
Sick.
From 2019's album, We Are Not Your Kind. So
no S is there.
They tore it up. And then one final thing. Today is MMR's 56th birthday.
Yeah.
We mentioned that several times this morning, and we just want to remind you that Pierre has a special show happening today. When he gets in here, it's nothing but MM Archive sessions.
Nobody does this kind of thing like Pierre.
Yep. So he is going to dig up some really cool stuff for you to experience. It was all recorded right here in the studios of WMMR. So
kind of bummed that there's no cake here right now.
Yeah.
Well,
good
not
point.
yet. Maybe there's something that's going to pop up today.
Devil's food would be nice.
Don't really know.
Made moist so you could experience what it's like.
Yep.
Maybe we could have spoons and forks.
Spoons and forks, make it, accessible to everyone.
Yeah, depending on your preference.
No sporks.
Yeah. All right, and that is the last item in music news. Let's take a break, come back in a second, and wrap the program up. Word of the week prize. It's a cool one. If you're headed to the shore, or even if you're not, this will be a reason to. We'll be back in a moment with that. Stay with us. WMMR rocking in the free world. We certainly do that every single day as best we can here at WMMR. Every day for 56 years.
Wow.
That is 56 years. It's our birthday today. Pierre's got something special cooked up for you here. We'll get to it in just a moment. 10:38 as we are wrapping up today's program. I would like to thank Jennifer Davis and Sydney Corincione for stopping by, and it's Make-A-Wish Day. It's not only MMR's birthday, but it's the Make-A-Wish Foundation's birthday today, and we've been running this campaign. It's World Wish Month, and it's a toy drive because the toys are part of the wish.
Yes.
And Sydney was telling us all about that, and so you can donate. Go to PrestonandSteve.com, and there is a wish list. These are items that kids actually want as well as part of the wish.
It's adorable. Some of the stuff. They had a travel pillow.
Yeah, like a neck pillow was one of them.
Yeah.
We're like, that's not a toy, but to some kid, that's something.
That's what they want.
That's what they want.
Yeah.
So you can easily purchase these things. Quite literally, it's almost like a wish list for a wedding registration.
Yeah.
So you can get this. It's real easy to do, and you can help out and make a kid have something to look forward to. So it's a wonderful thing. We thank them for coming by. This morning was a nice visit. Pierre Robert is here. Love the classic MMR shirt today. Poignant, obviously.
This is not a repro. This is an original.
Wow.
Kevin tells me it's from 1982.
We always marvel at it.
And
the
I
shape
had
of
it when I first joined the station. And
you couldn't wear it for a while.
For a couple of years. And then I couldn't wear it for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And I just, I never threw it away. But on the back, it says animal.
Yeah. Rock and roll animal, man.
Yeah. It's got the chimpanzee logo or the monkey logo, which was everywhere in those days.
Yeah.
So I tried it on a couple of years back, having lost 50 pounds, and I discovered I could wear it again.
Yay.
So there you go.
So do you just break it out for the birthday now?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
afraid I'll mess it up if I wear it too often.
I've got a couple of shirts like that too. I just, for the rarest of occasions, I just don't want to wear them out, and have them get damaged or something.
Well, I have in my closet dress T-shirts, casual, then around the house.
Yeah. You break them down that way. Yeah.
You've got your dress T-shirts, and then the museum pieces like this.
Right.
So you bring them out from time to time.
Excellent.
But it'll be cool. So as you mentioned, thank you for mentioning it. We thought we were talking with Chuck and said, he said, what would you like to do? And I said, archives comes to mind, and not just for like an hour. So my whole show. And on Friday, I think we went over some of the amazing artists that have been on your show in this room alone. But then if you combine that with, 40 more years of stuff that took place in that room and at other stations downtown at 5th and Market and certainly at Rittenhouse Square, we've got everything from John Mellencamp and Pete Townsend to Chris Cornell, Bruce Springsteen, Bonnie Raitt, Warren Zevon, some Jackson Brown. I've got Jackson Brown singing Werewolves of London a year before the song came out. He was producing the album for Warren, and he's at the main point in an MMR broadcast hosted by the late Gene Shea, who you guys actually had on once here, one of our earliest DJs. And he says, now keep listening for this song. It's coming from a guy named Warren Zevon, Z-E-V-O-N. And he's plugging Warren Zevon and to be on the alert for it as he's, plugging his own album at the time.
Crazy.
And he plays Werewolves of London. And no one had heard it at that point. So we got some really magical stuff. The trick will be to get it into 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
So
we were talking about that. Probably going to go long.
Well, it has the potential of bleeding over just a little bit. We'll see.
Excellent.
We'll see.
Why don't we, should we do the letter of the day? All right, let's knock that out.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Now, the Daily Letter. So the Preston and Steve show is brought to you today by the letter
B as in birthday.
Yeah, perfect. And we're going to be giving away, this is really cool, it's a Powhana Tiki Cruise. For up to 16 people. Powhana in Ocean City, New Jersey is the only authentic Caribbean tiki boat experience at the Jersey Shore. It's the ultimate summer experience for celebrations of any kind, from relaxing day drinks to unique bachelorette parties. And you can look out for the big friggin' deal next week to try it for yourself this summer and save yourself some money. So give that away on Friday.
By the way, when we come right back on the other side of the commercials, we will start the archive thing right away, but we'll start with the first song MMR ever played.
Oh, wonderful. I like that.
And the opening words that were said on this frequency 56 years ago this evening. So stand by for that.
Wow, excellent. All right, thank you, Pierre. I would like to take a moment to thank our sponsors. Preston and Steve Show is brought to you today by Dunkin'. And the Preston and Steve Show runs on Dunkin'. Also brought to you by Acme Markets, fresh foods, local flavors, and Horizon. You can get $50 off same-day AC repair. Need service today? Visit horizonservices.com. Tomorrow, Tattoos Day, we'll do that. And we're also going to have actor Ethan Suplee on the show. He was, we've talked about him. He's in American History X, who's in Remember the Titans, who's in Kevin
Chasing
Smith
Amy,
movies.
yeah.
All kinds of stuff. He's great, and we'll spend some time with him tomorrow and see what else we can get into as well. So that's it. We're done. Rage on. Have a great day. Happy birthday, MMR. And we'll see you tomorrow, gang. Bye-bye.